Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome to the show. We had Thanksgiving last week, the holidays. Now we're back in full effect with the call-in show. We have some good news and some good folks joining us this evening. Before we get started, let me get some ones in the chat to make sure that you guys can hear me. You can see me. Everything's copacetic. So we're all on point that way. Otherwise, I'm sitting here talking to myself, which sounds kind of crazy. In the absence of like a burning bush or something, people be talking bad about me. Thank you so much for putting those ones in the chat. Appreciate you. Make sure you guys hit the like button on your way in. That way you don't have to remember to hit it on your way out. Let me just pop my other chat out. Hold on a second. Hopefully everybody had an awesome time. We'll get into the whole sister wives fiasco from this week. When you guys call in, let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Did you think the episode was like, back up to par, or do you think we get more of the weak sauce stuff? All right. Coming up to the mic first up, we have somebody we haven't heard from in a while. Somebody who has been on our mind. We've been thinking about her. I know some of you are going to be very excited to hear from this young lady. Coming to us all the way from across the pond, we have Michelle in the house. What's going on, Michelle? How you doing?
Hey, sweetie. Hey, fam. How you doing?
Doing well. Glad to see you.
Yeah, it's been a while. We lost our grandma, so we've had a lot going on. So yeah, it's okay. She's back with who she needs to be with. That's good,
Fair enough.
Yeah. Respect on her name. She was a formidable woman, and she only ever come to take names and kick butts, and you just better hope that your name's not on her list. But now she's up there ruling with an iron fist, bless her.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
I forgot my name, but I'm here to take the ass.
Yeah, you know that. Bless her. Yeah, how's it all been going with everybody? I only caught up with the show this week. I feel like I let the side down, but back in the seat with it.
Yeah,
what a plank he is.
Oh. Yeah, it's all been very. You know what? I think that we've seen a lot of confirmation. Cody pretty much confirmed who we always thought he was. Robin pretty much, as always, per usual for Robin, tries to paint a different picture, but she's also confirmed like who she is and the effect that she had on the family.
Yeah.
I think the only like kind of surprise, and I don't even say it's really a surprise as much as like, oh my, she said it out loud, was when we found out what Janelle had done to or attempted to do to Mary.
Oh yeah. That was a bit of a kind of opinion changer, I'm sure, for many people. I feel like I want to explain something to people because I've never said it out loud on the show before because it's a bit of a personal take on things. Okay. The reason I go so hard on Cody and his narcissism is because in real life, I was brought up by a narcissist.
Oh, okay.
My mum. And it is hard dealing with people that have got absolutely no empathy for their fellow man at all and don't see wrong in doing this kind of real deep manipulation into people's lives. It is sometimes really cruel. And I go hard on him because I think we shouldn't let people off the leash and say, oh, they'll never change. It'll be all right. No, that's not good enough. Right. That's not good enough. People can change. Anything you learn, you can unlearn.
Right. Right.
They can get help. They just choose not to. And I'm so glad everyone is seeing through this apology bollocks. I'm sorry, but it is. It's absolute nonsense. He doesn't, he's not sorry. He's sorry he got caught.
Mm-hmm.
Two different sides of the same coin, I think, for him.
Right, right. Well, sorry things didn't work out the way he wants them to work out. Sorry he's not getting the benefit he used to get. Sorry that the women aren't doing the things that they used to do and the things that he wants them to do, and the kids aren't acting away. That's what he's sorry about. He's sorry about consequences. He's not sorry about action, behavior, or even a frame of thought. But to go back to one of the things that you mentioned, because I think it's a kind of an interesting conversation, is that when we talk about narcissists, or even like I'll say narcissism, psychopathy, sociopathy, a lot of buzzwords or catchphrases that we use a lot in pop psychology, I think, to explain certain behaviors. The
Yeah.
one thing that I've always wanted to be hesitant about is that as we try to, amateurishly diagnose people with these particular conditions, even if they are suffering from those conditions and we are correct, I don't think that there's anything. I don't think that there's throwaway people. I don't think throwaway people exist. I think that
No.
people can be treated. Like there's nothing in the DSM-5 that says, this person's a narcissist. Just destroy original copy, destroy all copies. Nothing.
Exactly.
Like there is treatment that can be sought. Now, granted, the problem with a lot of the treatment is that any treatment has to be something that the person who is being treated wants to engage with and wants to have happen. And it's something that they're seeking. It can't be something that, it will make my life better if this person would see somebody, talk to somebody, and got help. It's something that they have to do because it's too much work. It's too hard for, to change, or at least to become, they're never going to understand, because that's kind of the thing too. They're wired different. So they're never going to understand or see things the way normal people do. And I think that that's an unfair expectation, because it's not going to happen. It's what you're trying to do is you're trying to help them to understand the way they need to understand that they can, so that they can function, more healthy in society, as opposed to making them normal. You're never going to make them like everybody else.
Oh God, no. I mean, and it affects every single family situation under the sun. It requires, sort of trying to work with people that in any other avenue of life, you'd be like, hell no, you're not doing this. But you understand that they're going to do it anyway. And it can be really, really challenging. And certainly the life that my brother, my sister, and myself would have had, and the outcome would have been completely different, I'm sure. We can't say for definite how, but I'm glad that we became who we are as people, despite her having this condition. And it's something that affected her brothers and sisters growing up because of her behaviours and stuff. And I will say I very much love my mum, and I always will. There are times I can't tolerate the outcome of her behaviours, but I love her. And so there's sometimes I'll take it on the chin and I'll be like, okay, it could have been a lot worse than this, so I'll let that go. But when I watch people like Cody, and he is so devious, so culpable, so unable to even see beyond the end of his nose. And I know that people can do better. I believe that. And I think if you start saying they can't, you take away the responsibility from them. That's not on. That's not on. We have to be responsible as other people. We live in a society. You can't just do whatever you want and get away with it. And
Well, just throw
to
your hands up and say,
lie.
I'm sick, y'all. I can't help myself. I agree with that. I think that that's part of the problem too, is that even with Cody moving forward, by us holding him to account, hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? Popped in. What's going on, man?
Yeah, but it is hard. It can be really, really difficult. I mean, she was diagnosed over 30 years ago,
Right.
even though it wasn't really a diagnosis back then. It was
Mhm.
more of a behavioural thing. And it's hard because you have to protect everyone in your sphere, but at the same time you can't no throwaway people. We can't write people off. We
Right.
can't say you have no ability to change, because then they don't have to try, do they?
Right.
But him taking accountability consistently and then taking it back as soon as he can, that is one of the worst things. Is even when they tell you they're sorry, and I can say this firsthand, even when they tell you they're sorry, it's only until they can make an abridged version where they're no longer at fault.
Right.
That's
Right.
hard.
Yeah, there's
That's
some ways
hard.
that you're that's what I was saying on Sunday. Is the one thing, the one apology that has always annoyed the shit out of me is I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm
Oh,
sorry you
God,
went
yeah.
through this. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
somehow, it's not that I'm sorry I did what I did to hurt you or cause this pain. I'm sorry that you feel that I hurt you or I did something which offended you, which means that I necessarily didn't do anything wrong. And I think that one
Mm,
of the things, well, like one of Cody's superpowers, if you will, is that he's tied into a community where his behavior isn't seen as anything deviant. So he gets
no.
away with a lot of it because of the community and the people that he surrounds himself with. Because they'll look at him and say, bro, it's not your fault. It's these women. They're mistreating you. You're the one that's the victim because they didn't get on your plan. They're not helping you do the things you need to do. And so it's
Mm,
not your fault. And so even when he goes away and he meets some normal people, and they're like, bro, you gotta tighten your shit up. You got to start dealing with these people, because these are people, even though they're your kids, they're people too. You got to deal with them like they people. And he
mm,
that reality check when he goes home and he talks to Robin or he talks to Nathan or one of the buddies that he has, one of the other guys who's in polygamy too, doing the same thing that he's doing. They're not going to admit that they're wrong either. So yeah,
no.
I don't know why you're taking blame for something that's not your fault. Even Robin this week, I don't want you saying you're sorry for stuff that you didn't do, you
What
know?
a snake. What an absolute snake. Just, I don't know whether she genuinely sees things that way. If she does, then I'm sorry for her, because to be that self-involved takes effort and
Mhm.
training, you know. But she's not helping him by helping him out of the immediate blame. Eventually, all things come back home and he will have to face these people. I feel bad for his children that are hearing in the press that he's making so much effort, and it doesn't have one toe in the truth. Not
Right.
one toe in the truth.
Well, that actually kind of touches on something that you had mentioned earlier. And I think that it's important that we also recognize that it's not just about the narcissist or alleged narcissist and their behavior, but it's
Mm,
also about the people that they affect. Like in your
mm,
situation, you're talking about how you were personally affected by your mom's behavior and how she treated you. And
mm.
we see that as an example on the show is he's going out and he's saying these things. Imagine how hurtful it is that you know that the reason why you don't talk to your father is because he hasn't been concerned with you or your situation, only to
Mm,
watch him on TV repeatedly come out and say, oh, I've been trying to contact them all the time. And even though he's telling that lie for us, because, we're supposed to be the dummies who don't understand what's going on, you know the truth if you're his daughter. You know the truth
yeah.
if you're his son. You know that your phone hasn't been ringing and he hasn't been trying to contact you. And even in the light of that, one of the craziest things, if we're going to keep it between us, one of the
Oh,
craziest
excuse
things,
me.
sometimes they get people to believe them when they say these things.
Sorry. Yeah,
You
that
know what I mean?
happens so frequently you wouldn't believe.
Right.
Yeah, I've had the speeches off people when had to take a hard stand on something because it is particularly damaging,
Mm,
and you have people say, "You can't be like that. You've only got one mum.
right.
You know, she's your mother. You shouldn't be. Why don't you just? I'm sure you've got it wrong." And it's like, one, no, I haven't got it wrong.
I'm
Two,
not
I'm
crazy.
still her daughter as
Right.
well. And, you know, you don't get a horrible pass because you're someone's mum. I have a daughter that, you know, if I chose to, I could be absolute hell on wheels, but I choose to be a grown up and I choose to have empathy with her and know that she's a fantastic person. But it's part and parcel of it's not in my nature to go hard at her. Why would I?
Right.
If something's not her fault, I'm not going to make her apologise for the knife in the back. I wouldn't do that.
Right.
But there are situations where you have what they call them flying monkeys now, but these
Mm,
are people that, like, the offender will take into their confidence, make up a whole heap of waffly crap, and then send it back out there as though it's the absolute truth. And there are going to be people that will turn on you because they think they're doing the right thing. And you have to take into account in them moments. If I heard all this horrible stuff, I probably would think that person was horrible too. There
right.
is a danger of getting caught up in it. So the only thing is, you know that sooner or later she will or they will do the very same thing to that person.
Mm,
It's a numbers game, and it's a case of when that happens, I'll be ready to be here for you and give you support
right. Right.
because they're
Part-
acting from a place of ignorance. They don't know,
Right.
you
Right.
know.
Well, because part of the problem too is I think that when you're explaining to somebody what happens with your parent, they
Mm,
don't see your circumstances. They don't see your
no.
relationship. What they see is an idealized version of their relationships. You know what I mean? Not everybody grows up. There's some people who grow up with fantastic parents. I had really good
Mm,
parents. But I always appreciated my parents, not just because they were good parents, but I've seen bad parents. I've
mm,
seen what a bad parent looks like. And
mm.
so in that comparison, I've always been cognizant of the fact that I've been blessed in that way. But at the same time, I've been very aware that not everybody has been blessed that way. So when people talk about their situations and their relationships with their parents or kids or loved ones or those types of relationships, I understand that I have to listen to what they're saying and not try to put any prejudice that I may have about my particular experiences onto that person or
Yeah,
their
yeah,
experiences. You know what I mean? Because I might look at, I don't understand me. I would call my mom. I would, if I had an argument with my mom, I would try, and I don't understand why you're not talking to him because that's my mom. But
mm,
my mom didn't do things that other people's parents have done to them, which may warrant for their own personal self, their own personal mental health and their own sanity. They have to disconnect from that person because for them to continually try is not only a drain on their psyche, but their soul. And it takes
yeah,
away their ability for them to be able to function and do the things they need to do for not only for themselves, but for their families and for their kids. So, I mean, you do what you have to do in order for you to,
yeah.
and it sounds like you've taken lessons from your negative experience
Oh, yeah,
growing up in that household and applied it to your parenting when your relationship with your child so that you don't have that same pain for her and you don't pass that,
yeah.
which I think is commendable too.
all it is, and it's a sadness, really. And it's going to sound like it's not, but it is a sadness to me because I evaluate how my mum would handle a situation, and I have to do the exact opposite.
Mm,
The exact opposite. I mean, it is heartbreaking because there's a generational thing that you want to be able to say, I'm going to pass this down to you because my parents passed it to me. No. If
right.
I did that, my daughter would be destroyed and I would be responsible.
Mm,
And there's no way of getting out of that. But it means I'm quite hard to be around because I insist on standing 10 toes in the truth with everything I say. I, I feel that words, you are responsible for the things that you say and you do in this world. And
mm,
nothing good comes from doing something bad. Nothing good can come from it. It's bad money that way. You know, you
right.
don't do it. So, yeah, I still get things wrong, but when I do, it's my fault.
Right. Right.
Not XYZ, this person did this, that made me feel. No, no, no. That's on me, buddy. That's
Right.
on me.
I
Nothing
think
I say
that's
is going to
really
change it, you
right.
know.
It might not get
So,
better, but at least we know.
yeah. Hell yeah. But,
But I
yeah.
will say this: I think that that's the subtle difference because in most cases, when we're talking about narcissists or we're talking about specifically, we'll talk about Cody's behavior. It comes down to basically Cody and Robin. Two things
Mm,
places. They're either the hero of the story or they're the hero in waiting who has been victimized by some
yeah.
a Nox's villain somewhere. Like somebody did something terrible to him, and they're going to overcome it, and they're going to reach their hero status by overcoming this situation in which they've been victimized or wronged.
Yeah.
And that's the situation, and that's the game that they're playing. And it's you imagine this, and I want folks to really think about this. It's tiring for us to watch him 45 minutes a week, right? It's tiring for us to watch it and deal with it. Imagine dealing with that on a daily basis.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Because it doesn't stop. The fun don't stop. You know, this is something that he's doing all day, every day. Every time he interacts with somebody, this is something you're dealing with. And even on the good days, unfortunately, you find yourself setting up for the bad days that are to
yeah.
come.
Very much.
You know? So you
Very
feel
much.
good. Next thing you know, it's like, oh my goodness. It's like he was conserving power. Like he was saving himself up like a battery.
Even when you think things are going smoothly, even when you think, oh, I think we've made some progress, I think, and then out of the blue, they'll drop something on you from a colossal height, and you're like, plot twist, I didn't even see. What? Yeah, where did that come from? And it's like always being aware that there's a little Acme anvil somewhere
Right.
waiting to fall on you. And you're like, well, that's a new one. Didn't see that one coming.
Right.
But it is, I'm making light of it. It can be really, really heartbreaking sometimes.
Mhm.
But it is what it is. And I think I just wanted to say that, from a personal perspective, that's why he gets me in my angry place very, very quickly because it's like, you could do better. You
Right.
could.
I hide under the table.
He hides under the table. Yeah.
It's like an
Yeah.
earthquake coming through, right?
Yeah. You know that. You know that. But it's been lovely to see you. I hope everything's okay with everybody and that you're all having an amazing time of things. And if you're not, just know I'm with you on that. I get that.
The feeling is reciprocal because we've been asking about you. We've been wondering what's going on. Hopefully, everything is well. Not that you guys
Yeah.
are doing it. I get it because the time difference, especially. But just know that we've been thinking about you. We've been our heart's been with you, especially in this trying time. We didn't know that was going on, but
Yeah. One thing and another. I call it life getting in the way
yes,
sometimes,
yes. Life is
very
life.
much.
It doesn't play. And it certainly isn't for the weak. That's what I've always said. Life ain't for the weak. You got to be strong to be in this game.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But my love to you all. Mwah.
All right, Michelle. All right, mister. You have a good one. Good seeing you, buddy.
Okay, take care, my lovelies. Bye.
Take it easy. Awesome. That's awesome. We have Michelle and the mister in the house. The governor was in the house, y'all. It was amazing. I'm so happy to see her. We have a lot of folks in popping up. Going to his apology tour because shoot, what is this? Miani said, then I'll get to Megatron in a moment. The only reason Cody was comfortable going on his apology tour is because he knows these women are weak and let him play in their face. No lies detected. You know, because there's some people, look, exes, like it's weird too. Because like I was talking to my wife about it. You know, there's some things, like I'm not going to sit at the table. I'm just saying for me. I'm not sitting at a table. Like, I know it hasn't happened on the show yet, but I'm just going to come right now and say it. I'm not going to sit at a table and listen to, like, one of my wife's exes talk about, yeah, girl, you know I was loving that thing. You know what I mean? What? Bruh, you trying to walk out here without no shirt on? Like, what the shit? What? I'm about to tear that shirt off your back, son. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, you know, I just let you know that I love breaking you down, girl, in the morning time. You know how we used to do it. What? You know I'm married to her now, right? You are not making her life. Yeah, that's crazy. And I do I agree with the somebody had said, you know, because there's always this question. There's always this question that we kind of ask. There's always this question we ask about like getting everybody together for the tell-alls and that kind of thing, and why they don't do it. And we want the kids to come on and cuss them out. Here's the crazy part, y'all. And I don't want to be the guy with the thumbtack and busting everybody's balloons, but let's be real. Somebody with Cody's condition, somebody with his mindset, they don't care. You know what I mean? They don't care. Them kids come there and cuss them out. They could be laying out all kinds of facts. They care less. They could care less. And it's not like the moments that we have, they will be like, ooh, that's crazy. Oh my goodness. What did he say? Oh, he busted him out. He doesn't care. The only thing he would care about is the fact that it might make him look bad. Other than that, like the fact that they might get upset, if he was so concerned about how they felt about him and how his behavior, he would be trying to call him. He would be trying to talk to him. He'd be reaching out to him if he really cared. But the fact that he hasn't even done none of that, he don't care. He don't care. But let's get some hearts in the chat from Michelle and her family for their loss. You know, we like to support each other here. I'm gonna drop some hearts myself. Drop some hearts in the chat from Michelle and her family. All right. And then we're going to pull Megatron up. Hey, Megatron, what's going on?
Hey, y'all. Hey, Jays, my tech family. Hey, everybody.
How you doing?
Man, listen, I'm doing great. I'm doing good. I feel good.
There you go.
No worries. Dust it off. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday, but you know what? It's cold. It's rainy, but I'm positive. And I was just in here listening to Michelle, and I'm like, "Ooh, Lord, have mercy, baby. Life is life.
Yeah, it is all day.
Life is life." And all I could sit here and think was, how in the world did they put up with all this drama with this man for 30 plus? There's no way on this earth. I wouldn't be able to, I didn't do it for 30 minutes. Listen, 30 minutes worth of hell. Man, I was out of there so fast back on 95 coming home. Listen. And you know what I said? We give these OG3 hell for staying so long. I said, but you know what? I got to stop. That right there is pure mental hope power to deal with him and that woman for as long as they did. There's no way, because I could only tolerate it for not even a full hour on Thanksgiving. And when I say all hell broke loose, all hell broke loose. And I was on the way home and I said, you know what? They put up with somebody like that for 30 years. Bro, it wasn't even an hour and furniture was moving around there. Them two personalities, I was like, you know what? I talk my talk about these women staying, but baby, that takes a whole nother superpower that I have no clue how to tap into because I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, you know what? And to be honest with you, it's we give them a, you know, I'm gonna say we. I give them a hard way to go. Historically,
I
I've
know
given
I
them,
do.
and I think that is a point. Like, I understand, like, you got kids with somebody and you're trying, but it's just so hard because part of you is like, at some point, you have to stand up for yourself because clearly nobody else is going to. Like, nobody's coming to save you. You got to save yourself, sister. And if you sit up there letting this man and this woman, you dumping all your check and everything you got. And I know we talk about the money a lot, and I want to be very clear about this. I know we talk about the money a lot, but the money is something tangible that we can look at and see you have more of or you have less of. Can't see you have more love, can't see you have more self-esteem or less self-esteem. But money we can count. So that's why I focus on, talk particularly about the money. But you're giving like all this time, attention, money, energy, effort, your soul, your spirit, your children.
You're pouring into these people daily.
Right. They could care less. They could
and that's what,
care less.
James, can you I was on the show Saturday and y'all heard how I was sounding. I could barely talk. I could barely get up. And that was just 1 hour of dealing with a Cody and a Robin situation. And that's basically what I was dealing with when I was home. And I thought, listen here, my blood pressure, it was through the roof. I'm at the emergency room. My kids in the you know, and I'm just like, they did this shit for 30 plus years and ain't had a stroke, ain't dead, ain't had an aneurysm pop or nothing. So it makes me look at this whole, it's like, you know what, I got to give them their props because there's no way humanly possible I would be able to survive that and walk away the way Christine, Mary, and Janelle did. Because either I'm gonna be off this earth or they gonna be off this earth. So somebody gotta go. It ain't gonna, all of us ain't gonna still be breathing.
Say the stop is coming.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, that is a lot. And I'm thinking, you know, the kids are watching this, you know, because of course my kids are seeing the situation that I was put in Thanksgiving. And the way it affected my kids was wild. And that was only one day of it. I can only imagine 30 plus years of it. And I'm thinking like how, you know, Logan is kind of like, he don't want no parts of it. I just want to be peaceful. I just want to live like Logan legit is the low. I want to say him and Hunter are like the lowest key of all the kids because they've seen it. Like they've seen it longer than the rest of them. And I get it now. I understand it from a personal point of view. Like, that is a lot of trauma to deal with. I know like you said, I know I give them hell, but that is a lot to unpack. You know, just from the outside looking in.
Well, because here's the thing, and here's the reason why I'm as obstinate about them, you know, taking, you know, self-care and taking care of themselves and considering themselves. Because the reality of it is this, is that when you deal with people like this and you're trying to make that relationship work, the very subtle thing in my experience is that in order for the relationships like that to work, in order for you to keep them going, you have to cut off pieces of yourself. You have to sacrifice pieces of yourself to make those relationships work. You are never going to walk away from that relationship whole, especially long term. The longer you stay, the more of you have to give up and sacrifice. And they get to say wild shit to you. You got to keep your mouth closed and smile. You know, you got to do all that. When they come in and they want to snap on you and start hooping and hollering and going crazy, you got to apologize and, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean. You know, you have to give up so much of yourself. In order for those relationships to work. And the longer you're in those relationships, you'll come out of that relationship and you don't know who the hell you are. You gonna need time to figure out who you are because you got to reintroduce you to you because you done gave so much of yourself that you are now a stranger to you.
To
And that's
yourself,
where
yeah.
I'm just like, you have to like. This is why I'm always like, because I understand like this is the way they were brought up. This is their religion. This is their culture. But at some point, like I understand that in order for you to work in this relationship, you have to. It's untenable. Like you can't do it. Like nobody should live like this.
That that's oh my. And I'm like, yo, this is some inhumane. Where is the CPS for adults and kids in this situation?
Right.
Where is the government? Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? And Cody, TLC, whoever's watching tonight, please play this clip for Cody and his wife.
Right.
Because James is hitting them with this knowledge, and it's just like, cool, it's making the hairs raise on my arms. Because yes,
yeah, I look
all of what you said, and I'm, like I said, I'm just looking at it from a personal angle now, and it's like I'll say it's my brother and his wife. And they are the Cody, and I'm like, these are the Cody and Robin. So which one of the OG3? Like, who the hell am I? Ain't none of them. Because when I tell you, within an hour, baby, furniture was flying, moving, fur was flying, animals went flying. No animal was hurt, but they did go flying a few times.
No animals were hurt in the filming of this episode.
And I'm like, how? And I remember, I think it was Maddie when she was talking to Leon after Garrison's funeral, and she was like, I can only control my reaction. I can only control my reaction. To hell with that, because my reaction is going. That's why I got my phone. I'm calling from my son's phone tonight because my phone had to replace it. Because baby, I was mushing phones and faces and places that you didn't want the sun. I can control my reaction, but my reaction is not going to be, oh, we're gonna talk about it and we're gonna play a Paula line. I'm gonna sit here and listen to you lie. Man, I'm not doing none of that. You want the smoke? Guess what? I got the kerosene. So let's get it.
Smoking a bad baby. I'm all in there.
Let's get the fire started up in here.
Right.
And I'm just, James, I listen to you every week and I'm like, James is so educated. James can talk that good talk and a lot of this I applied in my own personal life, like your positive messages and your affirmations and, all of the good stuff. That's why, Cody, whoever you got watching us tonight, if it's you, if it's whoever, take something away from what we're like. What's the old saying? You catch more flies with honey instead of vinegar.
Yeah, well, that's one way to say it. Yeah.
Sugar
versus the shit. Yeah, I got
you. And so I'm just like, you know what? Has anybody ever sat this man down from like a real man to man? Because that Nathan, his eye can't stay on the prize. It's going all over the place. Yes, I'm taking the dig. But, it's like he really needs a real genuine male, somebody to help guide him and show him the way. And I was like, wouldn't it be dope, James, if you got a cameo on the show? What they call those people, James? Like a life coach or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
Cody, I know y'all watching. Jen, whoever, one of y'all, hire James to be Cody's life coach.
I don't know if I got the patience. Like, it's just crazy. I don't know. I'll try, but I don't know if I got the patience.
You can do it, James. You can do it. I know you can. You got this.
That dude would have me pulling my hair out because I can't. Because the crazy shit, and I won't be honest with you. The craziest thing that you can ever experience is when you have an experience with somebody. Because you hit on that thing that just is like one of my pet peeves. Is when you have a body of, like I call it, a body of experiences with a person, right? You've gone through things with this person, and they come in, and I understand people can go through the same situation, and everybody has a different perspective. I get that, but I'm talking about something different. I'm talking about when somebody comes in and they say something that's blatantly untrue or did not happen, and they stand on that shit. Like it 100%. You can't tell me because you know you. What are you talking about, crazy pants? And the
Yeah.
problem I have with that is that 9 times out of 10, they done said that story so many times to whoever the hell it is they talk.
Mm-hmm.
They done told that story so
Yep.
many times that they actually believe it.
Hey Jay, you know, I said it on one of our shows not too long ago. I said, I bet you they pass a polygraph because they believe their lies. Like they literally believe them. Even though you got 25 hours worth of footage showing them that that ain't true.
Yeah, you can say Robin's sitting there saying, when we went camping, I never put makeup on my face. Why would I put makeup on my face? That's ridiculous. We're camping. I would never do that. That's silly. That's Christine just blaming me. And you have footage of her putting makeup on her face.
Sitting
Show
there
it
putting
to me.
makeup
I don't know
on.
where they got that from.
Well, someone did that. It was what Trump said is AI. It's
Yeah. You being
You know,
manipulated.
they edited that wrong. That wasn't when we were camping. No, it's always an excuse.
Right.
It's always somebody else's fault. Like Michelle was saying, no accountability for anything. And it's like, I don't think they are around real life people. Like who are you surrounding yourself with that allows you to think your reality it's not the real world.
Right.
Like these people live in this faux world, and it's like I don't understand. Like, you know, my brother and his wife, literally Cody and Robin clone, just dipped in chocolate, and it's like, wait, what?
There you go. You
What
bring
Cody said,
that racial barrier. We
I
got them
haven't been
too.
reimbursed. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And it's like, how does one's mind come up with the shit that is coming out of your mouth?
Right.
I had to call this, and I had to call my other brother and said, "Boy, you got your glasses clean because I need you to see this shit I got to tell you that happened." Because my other brother, he was at work, he wasn't there, and I was like, "Yeah, you got to clean your glasses because I need you to see the shit I got to tell you." And you know, it became a whole thing where it's like, how I genuinely want to understand, how does your mind come up with the shit that it comes up with?
Right.
What's missing or what's extra in your brain so we can go and get it fixed, possibly, hopefully.
Right. Well, because I think
you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what is it? Hydrolysis? When they used to, it's like a new age hydrolysis or something where, but no, Cody and Robin really need some for real help.
Well, because I think that it just comes down to they get fixated on, because there's a couple elements that I see happening, especially as Cody's going out doing the tour or whatever that he's doing for special forces. They have the input from people that they have surrounded themselves with, and they give them the support system. So they can't possibly be wrong because everything they did was right and they had every right to do it. Then they focus and fixate on, instead of listening to like the whole scribe of why people disagree with their behaviors, how they treat their kids, how he was treating the wives, etc., etc., etc. They hear one part. There's also a pet peeve. They hear one part of like a 10-minute, 20-minute conversation. They hear maybe 2 sentences out of that, put it together in some crazy, funky ass way, and then build a whole narrative around that small thing that they heard.
And we
that's
saw
where they get
Robin
the
do
story.
that. We saw her do it in this last episode. Like you could like, oh man, I sat up on this bed so straight. I don't know about nobody else. I said, that bitch, listen to her. Like she wouldn't even, like she was literally cutting him off.
Right.
And he had to fight to try to finish his thought.
Yeah, that's also the because when you're dealing with people like this too, I've known people like this. That's what I'm saying. Like usually they have there's a pity party script. I call it a pity party, right? It's a pity party script that they have that they want to roll out, and they don't want any interruptions or alterations to their particular script. The problem is for Cody and Robin, you have 2 people who have their own pity party script and want to get their part out.
Right.
And you can see them stepping on each other's toes. Like
Right.
Cody was running all over Robin's lines, and that's why she was all humped up and frumped up.
Yeah.
She was so offended that he was saying some stuff about the kids. It's because he wasn't giving her the openings that she wanted to have, so she could demonstrate how she was the reasonable one, the sensible, and how this was all somebody else being mean to her, and how she's the victim in this circumstance, even though she's trying to be the hero. And that's what that shit is. Like this is like literally like crazy time. Like I said, we watch the show and we get mad watching the show for 45 minutes and people be cussing and probably imbibing, or whatever.
Right.
Out. But these people, somebody's dealing with them on a daily basis.
So this is why I said about this is why them kids look so scared all the time. I can only imagine. Like every day, I gotta do this song and dance with y'all too. There's no not happening. I wouldn't be able to do it. So now I'm like, Lord, now my prayer is for the kids. The OG 13, it's like, yeah, y'all want a relationship with y'all dad, but count y'all stars that this is not something that y'all are living in on a day-to-day basis. Not one, but two of them. They're dealing with two of them every day.
Yeah,
man, that's wild. But I mean, I know you got other calls, but I just kind of want to touch on like the psych part of that whole thing, and then like just the damn trauma of it all. Shit, we just watching from home, and
right.
it's traumatic for us.
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
It'll get your blood pressure up. Like I said, this stuff is dry. It's crazy.
And then, like
I said, you have experiences with people like this. You're like, oh my God.
James, when I tell you, baby, furniture, like I said, furniture, fur, and animals went flying within the hour of dealing with my version of Cody and Robin.
Right.
And this is on a smaller scale compared to their big scale.
Right.
Listen, ain't no way. Because somebody gonna be in orange and family gonna have them on a t-shirt. That's all I got to say. Because it like to be in a t-shirt situation around there. I was trying. They better be glad.
Snoop written on the back of their car. We miss you, Charlie.
Look, they be organizing some balloon releases around there. I'm telling you. And you know what? I had to come in, and I think what really broke me was this is a blood sibling whom I grew up loving. And something that you and Michelle touched on earlier, where it was like, we make excuses. Well, that's my brother. I got to put up with their behavior. Well, he's the kid's, and it's like, fuck all of that, nigga. Leave me alone. Don't talk to me. If you call me, you will be slapped. You've been slapped with a restraining order, harassment, anything you got to say to me, you call my attorney. Period. Right. Point blank. And I think that how Maddie had her breakdown about her relationship, like that's the kind of breakdown that I had too. Because this is my brother and I love you, but you not going to talk to me any kind of way. And I'm not putting up with a bunch of foolishness.
Yeah. Because you got,
what I'm saying?
That's the thing too. You got to protect your own mental health. Because
you
have things to do. And you have responsibilities that you have to take care of, whether it's for yourself or for your family. And I can't embroil myself in your particular flavor of bullshit.
Part.
Because the craziest part about that is when you do that, that's a never-ending bottomless pit of energy absorption. They will take all your energy. You'll be sitting there thinking and worrying and talking about them until the sun come up, until the sun go down all day, every day, and making yourself sick. And the ironic part is that they won't think about you twice during any of the time that you're doing all that for them. And they'll drive you crazy.
Yeah. And then they sit there like a hawk on the wire waiting for you to croak so they can claim, well, this belongs to me. This is, again, back to the alleged. That's why I believe he bargained Janelle for that boy's estate. Because of I'm telling you, there's no way he walked away and said, okay, well, you can just have it. That's why I know he bargained for Coyote Pass with that boy's. I know he did. Allegedly.
Right. Well, because the crazy part is that because even with that observation that you came up with, Megatron, because we was all here when you originally said it, Megatron. And you came up with that synopsis. It was Megatron synopsis right here on the show. Even when you said that, the craziest part to me is I not only can see that happening, but it's unironically him bartering and bargaining with something that he has no rights to.
Oh.
You understand what I'm saying? That's the crazy part.
And that's exactly what I'm dealing with. That's what, and James, that's exactly what I am literally dealing with my version of Cody and Robin. It's like, bro, what are you talking? Like, where did this idea even? Oh, it came from your Robin,
right?
Helper.
Right.
I ain't Christine in
your ear.
Yeah,
well, like, you deserve this. They doing good. I don't know why they ain't trying to share with you because that's your family. How family gonna be family like that?
I didn't know she was like that. I thought she was all about fairness. What you mean, huh? I am all about fairness. But where was this attitude at when that big bill was slapped on me? Where was baby? You didn't answer your phone for me for a whole 2 weeks.
Right. So they pulled a Bernie back out. Who gonna pay this bill? Turn it back on me. We'll take care of the bill. Me and my brother. He got him walked out.
James, they walked slam out. And I'm just like, and that was kind of the thing. Well, I don't feel like this is him. I feel like this is more so her talking. Yeah, but he's allowing it.
Right. He's going along with it. That's the problem.
You know what I'm saying? But I know you got other calls, James. Yeah, I don't know. We as a My Take family gonna have to figure this one out with these people, our Cody and Robin, because And then I said, and then when he did the tour real quick, I said, now he right there. McKelty was 2 hours out from him. He didn't ask to see nothing about the grandkids, and which goes back to what Christine said in that interview. She said, yeah, I don't believe it until he apologizes to his kids and make it right with those kids. Yeah, it's nothing he can say to me that'll make me believe his apology.
Right. It's just something you're saying. And I think that the kids, like him apologizing to, and this is the problem that I have. And this is one of the things I think I voiced it. I don't know if I said it on Sunday or if I said it on Saturday. One of the problems I have with this whole thing is that as a fan, as a person who watches the show, I hate to say refer to myself as a fan, but as a person who watches the show, I would like to see a scenario where Cody comes out, and because it's a visual art, it's a visual art, I would like to see Cody apologize not only to the wives but to the children.
Yeah, definitely.
The reality of it is, though, is that if he does that, I'm adverse to apologizing. So I don't like people just using apologies to try to get through or get over. And I think that he would use that time on TV just to publicize himself, not to be sorry or to try to make amends.
Yeah.
I said sorry. I don't know why y'all still mad, that type thing. So I don't think it benefits. And the only reason I say all that to say this, the only reason why I think he's apologizing to the wives and not the kids, twofold. One, if he apologizes to the kids, it might be more than one child present when he calls them to apologize. If he gets them together, it's too many for him to dominate. And he's ceding a lot of power in that situation. The power dynamics in there is way off. Two, I don't think that the kids would allow him to be on TV. And they won't allow themselves to be used to propagate his story that he's a good dad. They're not going to allow themselves to get used. So they don't want that apology for them to happen on TV. And because it's not happening on TV, guess what, y'all? It's not going to happen.
Not going to happen. Come on, Pat. That's how you know it's disingenuous, too. And he also said it to Robin, too, this last episode. He was like, I swung the knife so hard, I cut myself. You mad because you cut yourself. You ain't mad because you around here wielding knives and swinging them. I'm mad because I cut myself. He said it. Not allegedly, folks. He said it.
Right.
So, yeah. But, now, this is James' synopsis on My Take. So, any content creator take this and run with it. Make sure you mention James and My Take on Reality.
Right.
We got room. We got room, members. Come on.
Right. Hey, don't
But
be
I
shy.
appreciate you taking my call, James. And
Hey,
I
I
still
appreciate you
listen.
calling in.
I got something that I wanted to send you. And it's ironic that you broke your mug because it was another big mug.
Oh yeah, I'm sending you that because I wasn't sure if you still wanted to do it, so I will send that to you.
Yeah. It's sitting in the car. I got the notification today. It was on the Black Friday sale. I was like, oh man, I got to get this
Oh,
out
that's
the yeah.
okay, I got you right now. I'm gonna send that off right now.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you taking my call, y'all. And I
Hey,
appreciate it. I'm
thank
gonna
you
still
for
be
calling.
watching. I will still be watching. So
All right, all right. Don't worry,
keep
we ain't
hope
gonna talk
alive,
bad
y'all.
about you when you go. That's not how we roll. Anything we gonna say about you behind your back, we already said it to your face. Or we
You know
practice
what I'm
how we
saying?
gonna say it to your face.
That part. Cody, again, life coach. I'll be the assistant. How about that?
There you go. There you go. We'll make a
I'll be
whole
the
day.
assistant.
Come on down North Carolina. We just do it down there. Maybe we get some of that barbecue. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? That part. And look, them folks had me so hot, James. I left all my damn food. Left the collars. I left the barbecue. And look, when I got home, I said, that bastard. Now I'm really mad now.
Because I'm hungry. I'm mad. I got my good Tupperware. Sons of bitches.
Yeah. I had my stuff frozen out to lost, but my sister's shipping it to me. So
Okay.
whatever.
Well, you know you get
But all
nothing
right.
deposit back. Just know that.
I appreciate you.
All
That
right.
part, James. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Thanks for calling
All
in,
right.
Megatron.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Let's give Megatron a little bit of support. Throw us some hearts in the chat. Let's give Megatron some support. If you guys want to call in, you're more than welcome to call in. We have the links at the top of each one of the chats, so you guys can call in and we can get it done. Yeah, I just, with Megatron talking about that again, like I think that's one of the things. That's one of the things that like you have to be careful about when you deal with people like Cody, because you're trying to get along with them. That you're going to have to give some stuff up, like your pride, your dignity, your self-respect. Like it's going to cost you. It's not free because he demands that cost. He demands that price in order for him to keep you around. So I think that's one of the things that's important too, that we recognize because, especially as we encourage him to try to reach out to the kids. The kids know, and that's the weird thing about it. Let's be honest. If these kids are willing to sacrifice their dignity, their self-respect, they have a path back in. Any one of these kids could be a part of this Cody situation. But the cost would just be high. It's too high for them to pay. I think that's all it is. They could get back in. They could get back in. The way James, how could the kids get back in with Cody and Robin? How could they possibly do that if he doesn't care? The way they could get back in is simple as this. If they apologize to Cody for him feeling bad, and they accept and treat Robin in a way that he approves of and finds acceptable, and they would be back in. Simple as that. If they, Robin is right. She came into the family. She made all kinds of sacrifices. You're a wonderful man, Dad, because you brought this angel to come live with us, who made all these sacrifices to join the Brown family because we was all jacked up. The other three moms were barely moms. And then Robin came in and she did her best to try to teach them how to be good mothers because she's an excellent mom and she's the paragon of what it is to be a wife and a mother. They would be back in tomorrow. The problem is that as I was saying with Megatron and I were talking about earlier, the problem is with those types of personalities, it's not a one-off thing. Like it's not enough that you just say that one time, do your little, Robin is amazing. You were awesome because you brought her into the family. Can I come back? Can I come over for Christmas? Cool, come by. No, you say that to get back in. Then when Christmas dinner comes and he pulls the table out and he sets everything up, you might have to say it coming into the house. Then he's going to stop before dinner starts. Let's go ahead and say the prayers. How they say the prayers like this. I'm going to say the prayers, y'all. And then after they get finished praying, he going to look at you and he'll say, okay, let's raise a glass and have, son of so-and-so, a daughter so-and-so, tell Robin about how great she is and tell her the speech you told me. And you'll have to do that affirmation every time you show up or some form of it. And that's going to be your cause for being in the family. That's going to be your cause for participation. And that's why, because these kids are, they have dignity and self-respect, they aren't willing to pay that cost. And that's why they have such trouble, the trouble that they have with Cody. That's just my opinion. Yeah, Kit Kat Monroe selling their souls. Yeah, you got to sell your soul. And that's the part that makes it so difficult. That's the part that makes it so difficult. If you have to give up who you are in order to have somebody else around, this is just the reality of it. And I know it sounds like, oh, you just saying that because you don't know. This is what I do know. I know that when it comes to this type of situation, you have to look at yourself and honestly say that relationship, even though it's important to me, is not more valuable to me than me maintaining my dignity, self-respect, and self-esteem. This relationship can't be more important than that. Because without those things, I'm not who I am. And if I can't be me in a relationship, there's no point in me having that relationship. That relationship can't be more important to me than me. And I think that that's where they're meeting their loggerhead. I think that's where they're meeting their obstacle. Because these kids are basically saying, I love my dad. I want to be a part of my dad's life and his situation, but I can't value him more than I value myself. And I'm not willing to give me up so that I can be around them. Because I'm telling you, and people say, well, but it's just your child, it's your parents. You have to do it for them. As I said earlier with Michelle, that's your parents. Those are your kids. The sacrifice you're willing to make for the relationships you have. But when we look at their relationship and how this man has treated them and how he's conducting that relationship, and if you've ever been around somebody like that before, you recognize the signs. You see that if you give to that person your self-respect, your dignity, self-esteem, your pride, and everything else, when it goes horribly for you, you know what they'll do? You'll talk about the sacrifices you made and everything you gave up, and they won't even acknowledge what you gave up. They won't even say, like, you know what, you gave up a lot. Remember when you thought that you were a noble person, you had character, honor, integrity, pride. That's what I used to tell my kids, Chip, all the time. Character, honor, integrity, pride. I was actually going to put it on a little placard, create like a little seal, but coat of arms. But you did all those things. They'll look you in the face and deny the sacrifice you made. What's worse is that when they recognize, or it no longer becomes something they can deny or something that they have to accept that you did, even though they'll resist it, in immutable fact, you can't deny that I made these sacrifices for you. They'll look you in the face and retort without missing a beat, I never asked you to do that. Or if they did ask you and you go through the hassle of trying to prove, yes, you did. You asked me because remember I got the tape right here. Click. And I'm asking you, they'll look you back in the face and retort almost in succession. You didn't have to do it. You could have said no. And you'll never win that conversation. You know why? Because ultimately they don't give a shit. And that's what I was saying about Cody earlier. Like, he doesn't care. So, I mean, there's that. If you guys want to call in, we have the link is available at the top. Are you guys not seeing the link? The link is available at the top. You're more than welcome to call in. I'll leave it open just for another 20 minutes or so. And if nobody wants to call in, we'll just call it for the evening. But that's kind of where we are, you know. And that's the thing. Where's Katie at? Katie said the kids need to protect their peace. They will never have it with this duo in their life. And that's the thing. Like there is a point where you have to make that assessment when you have this type of situation, you know, and just because people are, you don't have to engorge your life with people like this. You can make choices. You can definitely make choices, you know, with how much it is you want to deal with. It doesn't have to be your day to day. Sometimes you got it. Some people you can only take in like small amounts. Oh, we got Michelle back. What's going on, Michelle? How you doing?
Oh, sorry, sweetheart. I just wanted to make one point clarifying something you just said.
Sure.
Yeah, you do have to sell out to be back in with them.
Absolutely.
And it's not just in that moment either. It continues. And the more, it's like chucking coins in a void.
Right.
The more you agree with them and say, all right, yeah, okay, this time you were in the right, that only lasts a very short amount of time. Then they'll slowly change everything else in their playbook. So you finally end up with every single thing that they did to you being rewritten. The abridged version becomes the new truth, and it's a never-ending cycle. You're not allowed to one time correct them and say, well, no, come on, that wasn't like that at all. Don't you remember? It's like, no, do you want to be kicked out again?
Right.
Do we have to do this again? You were wrong, I was right. Never the twain shall meet. And it does not stop, James. It doesn't stop till there is nothing left of your soul. There's nothing left of the truth. It all becomes about the abridged version. That's all I wanted to say. I'm sorry, I won't keep doing this, but
no, you're fine.
I'm just saying it is very much like you said. Exactly as you put it. You sell your soul for the comfort of having these people back around you. You would settle for the most basic of crumbs, the most basic decency going, just to have them say, I love you. It doesn't matter how much they're desecrating everything you did for them. You've got to accept, if you go back, nothing you ever did was right. You didn't do for them anything you have done for them. And in front of you, they're allowed to tell the abridged version in your presence to people. And you have to be able to say, you know, all right, yeah, I'm the scumbag. Me.
Right.
I did it. It doesn't stop. And the longer life goes on, the more material they've got to chop and change. So I just wanted to tell you, you're bang on point, because that is exactly what it costs you. Exactly.
No, I appreciate
it's a hard decision to make, but there are people that cannot stand not having those people around anymore. They would sacrifice the essence of what is left of their soul if it came to it.
Right. And the problem with cost too, because even if we talk about cost, the problem with cost is it doesn't cost you the same amount every time. Like, because you'll start off, okay, I'm gonna just give a little bit, but your twos, your one turn into two, then your two turns into four, then your four turns into eight, And before you know it, like, because it's never like they never go backwards. So it's not going to be that they're asking you to give up less of yourself in order to be a part. There, every time they come back and ask or need that refill, it's always going to be more. It's going to be more intense, and it's going to be they're asking you to sacrifice more of yourself. Like I said, like you just mentioned, they'll ask you, first they'll ask you to sacrifice your dignity and your pride, but eventually they'll start asking and demanding that you sacrifice your truth. Because, like you said, they'll create these storylines, and the moment you go against their stories, as much as they love you when you giving up everything, I gave you a finger and you said you like me. I gave up my hand and you said that you can't. You love me. Gave my arm, you said you can't live without me. But when I refuse to give you my heart or my mind, now all of a sudden everything that I did gets wiped.
Yeah, it's worth nothing.
Less than zero. Because like you said, you have a history of giving into them, so you've already given them the positive affirmation that they can treat you like this and can treat you like this, and you're going to come back. So they already expect you to come back no matter how poorly they treat you, and so now that just encourages more bad behavior at the end of the day.
Exactly, bang on point. I just wanted to say that, because you spitting facts. It is like almost like somebody repeating what and the laundry list, the things that they can chop and change can completely distort everything that you ever did. And they demand it. It's not even, would you consider? No, it's given. You need them that badly that's it. Nothing you ever did was good. Nothing ever had a good intention. They ultimately crucify everything you have ever been because they now know you needed them.
Right.
And there's no other way, unfortunately. Anyway, I'll let you go, my darling. Let others call in. I just wanted to say that. Oh, sorry. Bless you. Have a wonderful night, everyone.
All right, you have a great night as well. Thank you so much for calling in. Also, this Michelle twice, y'all, making up for lost time in the house. Tanya, what's going on, Tanya? How you doing, Miss Kata?
Hey, good evening. Good evening. This is normally around the time that I start making dinner for the boys and stuff. So I was like trying to wash the dishes real quick so I can jump on.
Okay. Well, glad you joined us.
Yes. I was just thinking, I don't know if y'all discussed it yet or not. How the hell does Cody go to North Carolina? And while he's driving in the car talking about I'm on my way to see Janelle, this one is gonna be a little easier. Like the nerve anyway.
The plans.
Yeah, I think I counted 7 grandkids and 4 kids out there, right?
Right.
Was he not planning on seeing one of them on that trip?
He can't see it. The crazy part is he might be able to see McKelty's kids, but he's not going to be able to see Maddie's kids.
That's true.
She doesn't
Does he
want
even
to
know how many she has at this point?
Yeah, but I mean, it's still the point is still valid though. Like, because if I'm gonna make that trip, that is one of my stops. Like, that is my determination. I am going to go by the house. I'm gonna say what I need to say, and I'm gonna try to see these grandbabies.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm gonna call, leave a voicemail, something like, okay, I know you probably don't want me to see the kids. I don't even know how many you have at this point because I've been an ass. But can I at least see you? Make some kind of step. How are you in the mile radius of your children? And all you worried about is I gotta tell Janelle that I didn't mean that I never loved her. And that's like the least of what you need to apologize for.
Right. After you stole hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like that's the laughable part to me. You ripped me off for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you want to come back and tell me, oh yeah, just so you know, when I said I didn't love you, I was lying. I don't care. Where's my money?
Yeah. That's not even anything I'm worried about. That's not what I'm losing sleep about at night.
Oh, you think that's what was bothering me?
God, he is something else. And then the way Robin, I'm looking at them, and sometimes it almost seems like Cody taps into some sort of like understanding of what he may have done, maybe, and then Robin will just erase it. Well, you
Mm,
don't need to feel bad. You were hurting when that was going, when you were being an ass and calling everybody out and cussing out your kids and, making everybody feel like trash. You were hurting. What?
yeah, you were the one we were worried about. Yeah,
She
because
just
you got to have
excuses it all.
and that's why I say, damn the people who sit there and the enablers too, because
Hmm.
you helping this. You don't want greasing the rails.
Yeah. And I think you're right. I think she realizes if he were to really go, because when he said he wanted to apologize to them, she was like, "Well, for what? What exactly?" I think she knows if he really apologizes for exactly why they were all mad and why they all stopped talking to him and cut him off, it would have to mean that her and his love wasn't worth all that, and she has some wrong in it too.
Right, right, right. Because he was. I mean, that's the part about it that's weird to me too. Because she's sitting there saying like she did the whole little parable about I know women who in the AUB will be committed to a man and then he gets fixated on one wife or ignores that wife and he only focuses on the other wife. You mean like kind of how Cody was only
Like what
worried
happened
about
to
dealing
you?
with your ass?
Right.
Is that what we talking about?
Yeah.
So it's the fact that she recognizes it, she calls it out, but then she tries to pretend like she's so offended because if Cody said he didn't love them, then it would mean that he's like that. Not recognizing that it's not about, and this is one of the problems I have with her and people who sit there and harp on communication all the time. It's not, communication isn't just about what you say, it's about what you do. And he was because you can communicate if look, if everybody been in that situation. You sit there, you do something in the store, your mom tell you don't do something, you do it anyway, your mom cut a look at you. She didn't say shit, but you understood perfectly where you were in that moment. You understand what I mean?
Exactly.
Your mom cut you that look, she ain't say nothing, but the actions told you all you needed to know. And in this situation, if Cody was coming over and hanging out at your house when he should have been over at Christine's house, that communicated to her that she wasn't as valuable. So the whole little parable you was telling, like I think that also goes hand in hand with what you were saying, that she would have to acknowledge that not only was Cody doing that, but he was over at her house and she allowed that shit to happen. So you're not
Right.
gonna pull me into your, you know, you being accountable because you trying to apologize and get your little TV time in. I think that's the only reason why he's doing it. I'm gonna be calling it what it is. I think it is.
I think so. How did
Yeah.
you feel about did you talk about Mary going out to San Francisco? Why is she going so far? What, because if she does meet somebody, is she gonna move from Parowan to San Francisco? Why is she going so far to date?
She said technically she said she opened a move because she just sees Parawan as a business investment. She doesn't necessarily want to be there. So I mean, technically she could move. I, I
Because I've
mean,
never seen anybody date like that. It's like I'm gonna go to New York, I'm gonna go to San Francisco, I'm gonna go everywhere, and
right.
then see what if I meet somebody, then I'm willing to move to that. That seems a little crazy.
I've never seen anybody date that way. I mean, if you have somebody, when you're young, be like, yeah, I'm going to this place or that place. I'm going on vacation, and
Mm-hmm.
you take your good socks, your good drawers, and your best outfits,
Mm-hmm.
and your smell goods, but you aren't necessarily looking for a vacation or not a vacation, a relationship. So I
Right.
agree. Like, you
Yeah,
know
you're
what I mean?
just
Like,
looking for a good time weekend.
right, right. You try to have fun. Like, you're not. I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna find the love of my life. Because again, that you right back in the situation you were in before, where you're shortchanging your dating or courting portion of your relationship, trying to lock so you can leapfrog into a long term relationship with a person that you don't know.
Yeah,
Because if they
that's weird.
yeah, if they live in San Francisco and you live in Utah, I don't give a shit how much y'all talk on the phone. Your relationship, and it's just my opinion, your relationship really doesn't start until you guys are in the same place and you're dealing with each other on a daily basis in person.
And I was confused. Is Ron in San Francisco at that thing, or did she come back to Parowan and go on a date with him? Why are they wearing the same shirt?
I'm not sure. Maybe somebody in the chat knows. Like I think I don't think he lives in Parowan. Like I think he does live somewhere else.
Oh, so he went to Parowan to go on a dating thing?
That's the weird thing about it. Like you were saying, like I wouldn't go out of my especially like
No.
a flash date thing. I wouldn't go out and say I might not even go to town over. Like not well, maybe I'll go to town over, but I wouldn't go like to the other part of the state.
Absolutely not.
If I gotta get my car and I gotta put an hour on my odometer, no, that's too far. What are we doing?
Okay, somebody said he lives in Upper Utah.
Oh, okay.
So he went out there to see her? I'm confused.
Oh, they met in Salt Lake. The speed dating was not in Parowan. Got you. So I guess she went up to his area.
Okay.
And then trying to spread her wings. But that's also because there's a point too where Kathy Moran said James isn't driving far to consume the right turkey. That's sweet and savory. Yeah. I forgot what she said the other one was, like something tangy or whatever.
Yeah, one is savory and one is sweet.
Yeah. One is sweet and one is savory.
Ridiculous.
But what does it mean when he don't come by to see your turkey at all?
Exactly.
He's like, I'm a vegetarian. Well, I think that it's like if you're going that far out, you have to be open to I think that your courting is actually expanded, like almost by nature. Like it has to be expanded because you have to build in the time where you guys have to know each other well enough to where you're willing to move around each other. And then once you move around each other, you have to be willing to expand it so that you can actually start dating to figure out if you guys are compatible,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there is a point too with all that traveling. I would be concerned about self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're setting it up for failure because that way there's always a built-in excuse as to why the relationship won't work.
Right. Yeah, I just can't do the long distance. It's too much traveling. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's too easy for you just to be like, you know what? I could get in a car and drive 2 hours, or I could sit there and watch Netflix.
Because listen, not everybody is Robin. Okay, not everybody's willing to drive 5 hours every weekend.
Right. Drive 5 hours
or
every
Cody.
week to sit on somebody's lumpy ass couch. No, I'm good.
Exactly. Them two were dedicated to it.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's I know it's a quest for money because ain't nowhere in the world. Because she was struggling for money at the time, so there's no way I'm taking out a loan or borrowing money from my buddies, gas money and road money from my buddies, so I can get snacks and shit, so I can go one way and hopefully I can borrow money to get back. Like I'm not doing, especially with a car with 3 kids.
With 3 kids,
5 hours.
She would. Yeah, that's desperate.
No.
That's desperate. Because we've all been there at the gas station. Just put 5 on it. Just put 5.
Yeah. You making life choices at the gas.
Right. Put 5. Wait, I got 75. Put 5.75.
Right. How far to the next gas station? Like your situation gonna change? Like it's gonna be different when you get to the next. When I get to Getty, it's gonna be different. But I have pushed it. Like I've gone places. There's a spot in Jersey called Pilot. They do tractor trailers and stuff. And usually their gas prices are like super cheap. So I ain't gonna lie. I've been on the turnpike a few times and I be pushing that bad boy up like I could pull over and get some of this $5 gas. Or or I go ahead and try to make it down the Pilot, and you just find yourself on the highway, And that's when you get close to the Lord, because you will be praying a lot.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely. I thought the scene with David was nice though.
Yeah.
I go back and forth with David. Some weeks I can't stand him, and other weeks I'm like, oh, okay, he's a good dad.
Yeah, I like the I do like the stepdad conversation they had, because like I said on Sunday, I think it brings out a lot of like some of the big questions, and even some of
Yeah.
the things that, as parents, that you don't really think about,
Yeah.
because he's coming into a situation where he's like, look, I don't want to step on this man's toes. And Isabel was basically saying, I want to accept him, but I'm afraid if I accept him that my dad might take offense to it. And even though I don't have a close relationship with my dad, I would like to. So I don't want to unnecessarily push him away when there's a possibility he might come back, which only denies her a relationship with a person who potentially could actually be there for
Right.
her,
Isabel is so hurt. She's so
Right.
broken over that whole. And when I look at her talk, it's so obvious like how hurt this whole thing has been for her. It's like I almost feel like she's scared because she saw what her father did to Robin's kids and what he did to their father. Like he just pushed him out like he wasn't nobody in their life, took over that relationship, cut them off. It's almost like she's scared David's going to do that. And she
Mm,
already doesn't have much of her dad.
right. Right. Well, and it also speaks to for me, it speaks to the subtle reality that we talk all the time about the surgery situation,
Mhm.
but for her, it's probably way worse.
Mhm.
I mean, like we know about the surgery, so that's what we talk about. But for her, it's a daily thing, you know.
Well, the surgery was just because you remember whenever Christine and they were living in Flagstaff at the house, it was still her, Truly and Gwen, I believe. When Cody was flying past their house every day and not saying anything,
Right.
so she went through months, years of her dad just ignoring them while he was up on the hill with Robin's kids. And she
Yeah.
was going to school with those girls. And they, they're sitting there like, yeah, we were at dinner with him last night as he flew past y'all's house.
Right. Right. And then not to mention, they have like the little daddy daughter stuff. Could you
Hmm.
imagine, like, oh, this is my dad? You go over to say hi to him, like, no, no, no,
I'm here
I'm
with
here
my
with
other girl, my
Aurora or
other family.
Brianna. You have to beat it. Yeah,
Yeah, scram.
yeah, right. Beat it, kid. You bother me. You know what I mean? Like, what the shit? Like,
It's so sad. You can just see all the pain. I'm so
yeah,
happy for Truly, though. Truly and David look like they have a really cute relationship.
yeah, yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I think that that's also part of it too. It's just, as a step parent, it's just establishing that I'm not here to replace anybody. I'm just here to add to or supplement.
Right. Right.
So you're there just like I just want to be part of your village. So as
Right.
you grow and you accomplish things, I just want to be there and participate, you know. And I think she appreciates that a participation because she hasn't had it,
No.
you know. And it's sad too because Cody gets excited about the things that are happening with Robin and her kids and truly miss that, but it seems like she's getting that now.
She's getting that now. Yeah.
Right. Right. So I think that that's kind of cool. And that could, it's crazy. And I know it might even seem like a little thing too, but that's the kind of thing I think that ultimately could change the trajectory of somebody's entire life.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
just knowing that somebody
Especially
was on
for
your
a
side.
girl. Especially
Right.
for a girl. Because you're a girl dad. And I know, like, for me, um, those kind of things were really important. That kind of relationship with your dad, it builds a confidence in a girl.
Right. Right. Especially, well, and for those who, well, girls and boys are the same. I
No.
think that girls and boys have a lot of similarities. I
Hmm.
absolutely believe that.
Hmm.
However, in our society, I think that women, particularly, are targeted in a way to attack their self esteem, to attack how they see themselves and their assertiveness and their ability to be assertive. And part of having that relationship, that positive male influence relationship or strong familial relationships or having a village behind you to support you in, you being able to stand on your feet and have those decisions is uh contra uh it's opposite to how society is trying to train you to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because with boys, teach them how to be strong, and men, and you go out and you be assertive in your power and your voice, and you can say whatever you like. But women, the society doesn't treat them that way. So I think that that's where, like, when we talk about like the support of like a father to daughter and building self-esteem, boys need to have their self-esteem built too. But I think that women are particularly targeted.
Yeah.
They go on Facebook or YouTube or wherever and look at some of the discussions that might pop up, whether it's political or whatever, when how people talk or argue is indicative of how women are valued in our society. For instance, a man will make a statement and he's judged or critiqued, or the rebuttal will come from the statement that he makes. If a woman makes the exact same statement, if she's a very good looking woman, then it's about how she looks. If she's not a very good looking woman, then it's about how she's busted up and she shouldn't have an opinion and she need to go do her makeup or whatever. But it's just the difference, is that subtle difference in approach that I think establishes yourself. I won't say it establishes your self-worth, but it goes to validate your self-worth and how you see yourself. So I think that that's why it's so important that they, especially for young ladies, to have people in their life to tell them. Because it just seems like women just have so many people, so many institutions, folks who come into their life who are going to try to tear them down. So they just need people to build them up.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
that's sad. I mean, Cody really, he let all his kids down. He let his girls down in that way, and he let his sons down. It's sad. Hunter, though, and Logan have been like so amazing in all of those girls' lives. So they really stepped up.
Right. And that's, it's positive that they did it, but it's a shame because they had to do it.
That they had to. Yeah.
Like the parentification of children is like is wholly inappropriate, for the most part. Like, it's not something that's ideal. You do it when you have to, but it's not ideal that they did it. And the unfortunate part is that they don't necessarily have a model to base themselves on either. Because their dad, if he ain't shit to them, he's probably not shit to he's giving bad messaging to those kids, and it's a miracle that those kids turned out as well as they did.
Yeah. And it was so sad, and it just speaks to the ignorance of Cody. He didn't show up for Isabel's surgery, but then when he found out that Hunter was there and made it, all of a sudden now he's a little upset, and only because it made him look bad.
Right. And he's mad that, and the crazy part is that Hunter at the time was in Johns Hopkins, which is in Baltimore, Baltimore, Maryland. So he was at Johns Hopkins. So where they were, he was maybe about if they were in New York, he's probably about 4 hours away. And these people drive the road, like, so 4 hours ain't nothing to them. But he was closer, like he was probably closer to her than he had been in years. So yeah, he took full advantage of the fact that she was on the East Coast. Matter of fact, they were in North Carolina when I think he caught up with him, because they went to Maddie's house. So he was only about two states away. So yeah, he went down and checked him out. And like you said, Cody was mad at the fact that how dare he go there when I told his mother that I didn't approve, and the whole family betrayed me because I didn't want her to go in the first place, and they sent her anyway, and now they're going to go down there and support her. So this is some kind of shot at me. Like, it's
all
crazy,
kinds of betrayals all over the place.
Right?
He's such an idiot.
It's crazy sauce. Somehow they have offended me because they went down and supported Isabel's surgery. Like, that has nothing to do. What are you talking about?
And I specifically said not to.
Right. Told him I didn't support this.
Oh my God, he's ridiculous. But I'll let you go.
All right. Well, thank you very much for calling in, Ty. Appreciate you, Miss Kata.
Absolutely.
All right. You have a fantastic evening.
All right, you do the same.
Thank you. You too. Bye. Awesomeness. Taya Kata in the house. Next up, we got Zuzu. Zuzu, what's going on?
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me? Hold on a second. Can you hear me now?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. Hello? Just call back in. Call back in. Hello? Oh, yeah. Okay, she'll call back in. Oh, before we do it, let me give some shout outs to Unlimited Lipstick with the $2.79 super chat. Cody and Robin forget kids that aren't Robins even exist. Yeah, right. Who? Dad, it's me. Dad? Who does dad you speak of? Awesome. Let's go back to Zuzu. Zuzu,
Hi. Yeah, I hear you now. Sorry, I don't know what was going on.
That's all right. We got it worked out now.
All right. As usual, if you hear background noise, I got 5 kids. Sorry.
No
Or
worries.
as Cody say, I got 5 tenders. I actually this week caught the show. And I'm first off, the show is getting boring as hell.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. I don't even understand what is supposed to be the catch of the show right now. Because the whole storyline, we've heard all of it several times.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, even seeing with Mary going on the, speed dating in Vegas, like you said. I mean, nowadays, the internet, I understand it. I get it. You want to meet somebody. But for speed dating and then the wet contest, white contest, come on, you 50 plus years old, you don't know what a wet t-shirt contest is? How stupid do you think we are?
You're right. It's a way for you to be naked without being naked. That's all it is.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't get the way she was trying to act like, oh, is it wet or white? Like, come on. You're not in high school. I could see if you was a high school student, you're like, oh, wet t-shirt, white t-shirt, okay. But you 50
Right.
plus. Come on now.
Well, it's a weird place because, like, I don't know. It's I'm trying not to be an ass about this, but I guess it's gonna happen. But I don't know too many guys who are like 50 years old, 50 plus, because she says she doesn't want anybody under 50. So I don't know. It's hard for me to imagine a guy who's 50 years old who wants to go to a bar and watch 50-year-old women walk around with wet t-shirts on.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, is that what we doing? Like, this is what we doing at that night?
Nah, Pop, what you doing?
Yeah. Peepaw, what you doing back there with me, Ma? You know what I mean? Got Peepaw, me, Ma out there doing the wildness. But I mean, everybody got their own freak, like, you know, let your freak flag fly.
Yeah.
But I just always kind of fall back on too. It depends on what you're looking for. Like, I don't go to I don't walk to an apple tree and pick fruit and then hopefully I can enjoy delicious orange juice. Like, if you going somewhere, in my mind, if I go somewhere and regardless of age and the women are walking around with wet t-shirts on and they're available to talk to or try to date, we're not trying to create long and lasting relationships.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? Like, that's not what that is. Like, I'm not, you're not looking for a wife in at the wet t-shirt contest.
Yeah, true. Hey,
You know,
well, as you know, the old saying goes, you can't turn a hoe to a housewife.
right, right. You know, and I'm not, and like I said, I'm not hating on you. If you going, that's your groove thing. That's your groove thing. I'm just saying that, like, it's like when you go to the club. Like, you go to the club, you aren't necessarily looking for somebody because you can't talk in the club. It's not like we can
No.
stand there and have a conversation. The club is basically like the old folks tender,
Yeah.
for the most part. Like, you go there, you just basically choose people on what they look like, how they move, and if you like how they doing whatever it is they doing. And then
Yep.
then maybe from that point you try to initiate some later conversation, but it's based on like the initial attraction, because it's not based on like any conversation or meeting of the minds. So, we're not really getting to know each other's personality between like rump shaker and it's getting hot in here. Like, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I think, honestly, I hate to say this, but I don't think Mary plays for our team. Well, for my team. I think, honestly, I think she's attracted to men, but I think she is, like, as far as what she's looking for a relationship, she's attracted to women. I believe, like, for like the love, the comfort thing that she's seeking,
Mm,
I think she's looking for that emotional intimacy from a woman.
right, right. Well, I
Like,
mean, and it's I'll go on record. I think that in the society in which she grew up, a lot of those feelings, especially, I'm not even gonna say the society she grew up in, because we're in that same generation. And the truth of the matter is that the way when we grew up and how we grew up and the time we grew up in, now LGBTQ plus, uh, they have their challenges even now. It was
yeah,
a world back then. It was way different, you
I
know.
agree.
So
And
that,
I believe,
yeah.
like she said, like her mother wouldn't accept that. Her
No,
father
no. Her
definitely
mom
wouldn't
didn't even
accept that.
accept when she went and complained about Cody and how he was treating her. Her mom didn't even accept the fact that she was talking shit about Cody.
Yeah, her
There's no
mom
way in the
wouldn't let
world
her
a
get a
mom would have been
divorce.
like,
So
"Okay, you like girls, as long
yeah,
as you happy married." Like, no, no.
yeah,
You
I
going
don't
to
think
hell? You
so.
going to hell? That you in league with the devil? You know what I mean? You gonna have to get the hell up out my house. Like, people got kicked out of their houses back in the day.
Yeah, and
I
I
remember
think that's
there was a
really
time
what's
when
wrong with her.
you were
I
under threat
honestly
of
think
losing your
so.
job if somebody came out and said that you were playing for the other team. You were in threat of losing your job. You know, so I'm not going to say that she is or she isn't. I'm just saying that if she is, I understand why she may be either one in denial or two refusing to admit it publicly.
Yeah,
And
I get it,
and
and
choosing to stay
also with
closeted.
the way with her daughter, son. Sorry, I ain't meaning to misgender anybody. But with the way that they are, I believe that that plays a big role in how she comes at things as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think she can just come out and say, "Oh yeah, now I'm gay now, or I'm bi or
Yeah,
whatever."
me too. Yeah.
I don't think her. I think she'll be like, no.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, with her, I don't know. Even with that, but it's the same storyline for Mary. I don't see
Right.
another 1, 2, 3 seasons with her doing this. The same. We're gonna watch you keep dating. I mean, they should put her on one of those dating shows for all the others. Like 90 Day Fiance. Put her in there in that mix with them. The
You get a
90 Day
British dude.
Search for
Yeah,
Love.
yeah.
Yeah,
Get a British dude. She said that's what she like. Go over there and
exactly.
get somebody.
Yeah, go put her
You
on.
can hang out with Michelle and her husband.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's really what it is for her. Because if you look at how close her friendships are, like with Jen and then this Amber person that
Mm,
we recently just met again. I mean, look at how close they are. Her intimacy, her relationship is more with them than it is with searching for a man out here.
right,
But
right.
I think that, and then I also watched this show this week, and Robin's Face. I mean, I don't like to get into what a woman looks like and this and that, but why when he says she's gonna apologize, she looked like she swallowed a frog. Like her whole facial expression, like, oh my god, like he's gonna do it. He's playing.
You're right.
And
Yeah, he
she told
might
me,
want
I
to
don't give
script on
anything
that.
away. Like,
What do you mean you
really?
gonna apologize? Apologize for what?
Yeah.
About
'Cause
taking all their money.
like, no, you're gonna make me look bad.
Right. But we might have to start cutting checks.
Yeah.
Because the
And
admissions don't work.
oh yeah, I think that's what it is for her. Robin she doesn't want him to admit at how wrong he was, but also how wrong she was. Because I think in her eyes, she really sees it as, well, y'all were put out to pasture and you were supposed to be okay with it.
Right.
I was a young wife. I was still having babies. Y'all said y'all didn't want any more babies, so I was doing what y'all weren't supposed to be doing.
Right.
Because I think they look at it as more of a righteous thing for her. And I think that's what she looked at it. Because if you ever hear in the early seasons, you hear Janelle say, well, I'm done with babies. I don't want any more babies. And then when Christine had Truly, she was like, yeah, this factory's closed. I don't want any more babies, So,
well, you know what? Things started changing too because they was getting money.
yeah.
Let's be honest. When you start getting money, your whole perspective start changing a little bit too.
Yeah, like,
when you don't have money, you don't have money to lose. But when you start like, wait, how much am I spending?
oh yeah. I think that's what it was. Like, nah, these kids cost too much. I gotta put them on health insurance.
Right.
No
I gotta pay
more
for health
Medicaid.
insurance now. I gotta pay for food. How much is it? Oh my goodness! Like,
like, yeah, like, but I think that right there for Robin, I hate to agree. I hate to say this, but I think Robin might have was told a lie in the beginning. I think she was told that when she come in, that the other wives' activities with him would stop. Because,
he
like you
won't be as
said,
focused.
yeah, Christine just had a baby. She ain't trying to. And Jill point blank said, I'm not having any more kids. And according to Melody and Corey, they always say that, intimacy and sexual relations was for procreating. So I think she thought, well, hey, they're bringing me in because they're done with procreating.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that is the only thing I can think that in Robin's favor. That's the only thing. But other than that, oh, that bitch manipulating all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see it. I grew up in what I call ghetto polygyny. My grandfather had my grandmother and a couple other side hoes. And my husband grew up in polygyny. So,
oh wow.
Like, he has two mothers. And
right.
I respect both of them. When their dad died, they actually went and married another man together.
Wow.
But we're Muslims, so.
Right. Committed.
That's committed. I grew up Southern Baptist, and I converted to Islam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's why I say I grew up in ghetto polygyny. I kind of understand it. But Robin, she is a queen. She wants to be queen bee, but like for every queen, she got to have worker bees around her.
Right.
And having Cody around all the time is starting to really fuck with her.
Yeah. I mean, too much. It's too much. Especially when you're only used to doing the act for like once a week or maybe twice a week at most.
Yeah.
And then being asked to do it every day, it's a lot.
Yeah, that's why that honeymoon experience is so overrated now.
Right.
You can see it in her face every time he touches her. She looks like I want to scream, like, man, don't touch me.
Right.
But that's all I call to say. Like, this show is starting to get stale, and I really don't see how many more seasons we could have of, oh, Janelle's going to get a spiritual release. We're going to do 3 seasons on that? 2 seasons?
Yeah. Well, I mean, to technically get it next season.
Yeah.
But the spiritual release isn't a story because it doesn't mean anything.
That's what I think. But they're gonna make a storyline of it. You know, Cody and her are gonna meet a couple of times, and can we not really work this out? And you know, what about that property you got down there? You're still my wife spiritually.
Right. You need to break me off some of that too.
Yeah, like a piece of that's supposed to be mine. Like you want your spiritual release without me contesting it.
Right.
I'm gonna need 20 acres.
Like put a house down there next to you.
Yeah. So, you know, me and my tenders can have an estate. Robin can have her estate.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna let you go. I know you got other callers. Y'all have a great night, and thanks for letting me get my opinion out.
No worries. Thank you for calling in.
Have a good night.
All right, good night. Awesomeness. And then we had a little message from Tracy Raw. Hope everyone is doing good. Thank you, Tracy. Appreciate you. We also had Dora calling in. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Dora, what's going on? How you doing? Hello? Dora? We'll come back. Okay. So we want to see the ladies team up like get together like Voltron. For those who watched Seeking Sister Wives this week. They could form the arms. All right, Katie, what's going on? How you doing?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. I'm a little nervous. I've never done this before. Long time lurker. Been here from day one.
Awesome. Welcome.
I have a question. Sure. We all know this apology tour is BS, right? We can all agree on that.
Right.
Janelle was the first. Cody was spotted in North Carolina, last fall? Same time Maddie's podcast disappeared. I have a theory on that. That's also the time that the t-shirts for Tata Farms were popping off.
Right.
I think he went to apologize to Janelle to stop her from the t-shirts. Well, he didn't stop her, but to either get a cut and to shut them up and get a cut of the money from the t-shirt sales, because some of the sayings are what he said on TV, and did it all in one fell swoop.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, because I think that he might have went down there to try to bribe Maddie into not talking too much about the sister wives and what they had going on, for sure.
But I think he pressured her using Janelle and the t-shirt sales, because I'm sure the t-shirt sales were well above what she was making on the podcast.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yep. So you are you going to be watching? You looking forward to another season, or
not at all?
They pretty much answered all your questions.
The last 2 episodes, normally I'll watch on Sunday night, and of course you got to have some cocktails to watch.
Right.
And then I'll watch again on Monday to make sure I understood everything properly. I haven't done the Monday watch the last 2 weeks because it's just so contrived. It's so scripted, and I'm just, all the timed drops of t-shirts and Worthy Up and Strive and whatever Janelle just started, and it just seems like they're all taking us for a ride.
Right.
And Christine saying a good man while you're suing him for child's, like, come on.
He's a good guy.
That really got me. He's a good man. Are you kidding me? No. He's not a good man. He's never been a good man. He might have been a better man back in the early days. He's never been a good man.
Right. And like you said, like this is where like I said, I know attorneys who would be ripping their hair out if they had a client who they were in active litigation with, and they get on national TV and talked about how the person they suing is a good person. Like, what are you doing? Like, even if you believe that, wait till we get done.
she can't believe that she can't write a book saying he's not a good man, and then 2 months later saying he's a good man. Like, and you can't say it's because of the non-disparage agreement for the kids, because just don't say anything.
Right.
Don't say a
keep
word.
It to yourself.
Keep it to yourself. And David looking at her like, well, I'm not co-signing this. And I'm sure why Christine's getting the 2-episode apology is because David's going to ride go-karts with him, or race cars, whatever. It's not go-karts, but race cars. So that's why it's 2 nights.
Well, you know what? The sad part is technically Janelle's apology was 2 nights too, because she introduced the idea in the last episode, and then we're not going to watch the apology until next episode.
Right.
And then I guess we're going to follow him to the airport, because everybody else is back towards the West Coast. So you flew out here to the East Coast to talk to Janelle. Then you're going to fly back out to the West Coast, close to the West Coast, Utah, whatever. Utah and Parowan, and Utah and Southern Utah, to talk to Christine and David.
Well, it says that Christine and David are in Vegas. Why the hell would Christine and David drive to Vegas to listen to a bullshit apology? I wouldn't.
Wanted to go to Vegas.
I mean, why didn't he go to Utah to meet them? They met in Vegas? I don't know. I think it's funny TLC is trolling Cody now with the promos. They're putting, when he said, I struck myself with a knife. And they said, did it hit you in your kidneys? That was hilarious. I mean, they're starting to troll him with all of this stuff where he says he's an asshole, and he is.
Right. Or at least, if you want to do it, at least try. That's where I'm at. Like, and my whole thing is why are you apologizing if you don't mean it? Because it just makes you look worse. Nobody's looking at it like, oh, he's going to apologize, and I don't believe that he's actually sorry, and it makes you look better. Like, there's no neutral on that. Like, so either it makes you look good to apologize, or it's going to make you look bad. There's not a clean wash to it. So, and I think that this is just going to make him look bad.
It looks worse, especially since all his special forces interviews, he's walking everything back.
Right.
So we're just watching bullshit content.
Yeah.
That they're just making up. And so he's going to go apologize. And he doesn't still talk to his children a year and a half after Big G's death.
Well, because he don't have any intention to. Like I said, I don't think that if he wanted to talk to his kids, there's ways to go about it. He could speak to his kids, but he's not interested in those relationships, so it's not going to happen.
I think he's more afraid of the children than he is the wives. Because he controlled the wives for so long, he can get by on them. But the kids are the ones who woke up the wives to the mistreatment, I'll say.
Right.
I mean, it really was the children who were like, this is BS. Why are you putting up with this? It wasn't the divorces. It was well before COVID when they noticed it. And then COVID made it worse. And that's when they called it out. But I think he's more afraid of his children than he is the ex-wives.
Right. Well, I just don't think he's interested.
I don't think he is either, honestly.
Yeah.
It's too much effort.
Because I think that the relationships in and of themselves, in order for him to heal the relationships and have and maintain those relationships, it just requires too much work. It requires work that he's not willing to put in. Because he's not getting a direct bit. Because, I mean, the truth of the matter is, for most parents who enjoy their kids, they just enjoy the people that their kids are. And so they enjoy their time with their kids.
Right.
I think he sees it as, what am I getting out of it? And I need to get more than just an experience or that warm, fuzzy feeling of looking at my progeny or hanging out with people I enjoy hanging out with. Like, he has to have, like, if they actually, not to be curt about it, but if they were to hit the lottery, or if they were to get some kind of big acting career or movie career, music career or something, especially something real flashy, then all of a sudden they would be the most interesting people in the world to Cody.
100%.
And he would make every attempt, every effort. Like right now, he's going to drive, like I think a few people have said it. Tanya said it tonight. Like he's going to be in North Carolina to see Janelle, to apologize to Janelle. And people are asking, how come he's not going to go over there and try to see Maddie? Or why is he going to try to see the grandkids? Because they don't have what he wants. If Maddie was sitting there saying, yeah, as it turns out, I sing a little bit and I'm going to be performing at the CMAs, you bet your ass Cody would have been there.
Right.
You're my favorite daughter. I don't know why we don't talk. Cried, cried,
He'd be riding the coattails. Right, be riding coattails.
Right. I'm sorry. I should have had a better relationship with you girls. But what we need to do is rekindle our relationship. Maybe we could go out somewhere special, like, I don't know, the CMAs.
Right? Yeah. Can you get me a ticket?
Right.
Get me a ticket to that show? I'll go with you.
I'll just walk down the red carpet. They'll be taking plenty of pictures so that way we get our photos, that kind of stuff. Oh, for sure.
Oh, also another thing that just popped in my head that I thought about a couple of weeks ago. When Cody said that about Brianna Chicken Fry and Robin wanting to murder her.
Oh, yeah.
I so wish that he would have said that about Gia. So Teresa Giudice, I don't like that family much at all. But Teresa will protect her cubs. She will protect her children. I would have loved for him to say that about Gia and have Teresa come after him.
That's the ironic part about it. As per with most bullies, they know who they can pick on. Because if he would have said that, he says that about Chicken Fry, people make comments about it. But if he had said that about Gia, to your point, Teresa would have been talking about that almost in every interview that she does moving forward. If he wanted to get famous, that would have been a way for him to get his name out for real.
It really would have.
Because Teresa wouldn't Teresa's one of them people, she don't let shit go.
She's a dog with a bone, man.
Yeah, she don't let it go. For those who don't know, she's from Real Housewives of New Jersey. Teresa is she's one of the original divas of that franchise. So, yeah, she is not one to let stuff like that, especially when it comes to her kids. If you say so, that's part of the reason why she's not on Bravo now, is because Gio was on Gia. I'll call her Gio, but Gia was on another reality show on Bravo, had a rough time, and she felt like they weren't giving her enough TV screen time, and she went down there and cussed out Andy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why she's not on the show now.
She shoved Andy into a chair a long time ago. I can say a lot of negative things about Teresa. She cares for her kids, but other than that, I don't care for her.
Yeah, horrible person, but she'll go to the mat for her kids. It was like between that and then she tried to come back after Special Forces, and basically Bravo told her they won't bring her back because she doesn't have a storyline to tell. Because basically they were doing kind of on Bravo what they're doing on Sister Wives now, where they're basically rehashing the same old issue, just representing it. Like for Teresa, she has some issues with her brother, Joe, and his wife, Melissa. And they just kept rehashing it. And then every season, they would talk about how they're about to get together and try to put, their relationship back on mend. And they're going to work things out. And then by the end of the season, they seem to have been able to come together and forgive each other. And then starting the next season, they all of a sudden have problems again. So they just got tired of doing it. But yeah. But I think that's across the board. That's why I was saying, a lot of the reality shows, we might be watching the decline of the reality show, because it seems like a lot of the production teams have gotten to the point where they're no longer interested in trying to put together coherent or cogent stories anymore.
Well, I think the problem is that they're coaching stories and not letting real life happen.
Right.
That's why we started watching.
Well, because it's what I call the equalizer effect. The Equalizer started out, they were doing street crimes, like street justice, vigilante move show. On who is it? Queen Latifah is doing it. She started out. She's doing like street crimes, right? Somebody's missing, or somebody got caught up and they framed for doing a crime they didn't commit. Equalizer come in, solve the problem. The second they started doing international issues and she was like thwarting global conspiracies, you can't go back to street crimes anymore. The problems that a lot of these reality shows have is they have these big explosions, these big episodes. And then once that happens, it's hard to go back to watching them brush their teeth again.
Right.
Like we watched the breakups. After they had the breakups, I don't want to watch them go back and pick, wallpaper. You talk about how
talk about it for 5 years. Like,
right.
Okay, shit happened. It happened. This is what happened. Let's throw it all out there and not rehash it for 5 years. That's where we're at with Sister Wives.
Right.
Actually,
right.
more than 5 years, right?
Yeah, it's just like they've had their big explosions. The wives have all left. They've had the big arguments. What are you going to talk about now? Because you can't talk about polygamy anymore because you're not in polygamy. And if it was so great and so wonderful, even as much as they try to say that polygamy is actually good or whatever, if it was so great and so wonderful, why aren't you trying to practice it now? Nobody who left is trying to practice polygamy, but they're all sitting around talking about how great it is. If it's so great and it's so wonderful, why aren't you doing it now?
Because it sucked and they lied.
Yeah.
And how many of these wives, I think all 3 of them signed an NDA. Maybe not Christine. But I think Janelle and Mary signed a NDA. Maybe not the initial one, but they signed one. Because the way Janelle speaks, and she's always spoke that way, but she's been more careful about it. And then they all seem to let their friends say the negative things.
Right.
And then they can agree with it, but not say it out loud.
Right.
I unfortunately think Janelle signed an NDA, and I hate that for her.
Yeah, she might have. Well, if she did, then, I don't know what to tell you. If you sign it, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. You are, as much as she sits around and talks about being logical, that is the most illogical thing you could have done. That makes zero sense for you to sign an NDA.
Zero sense to me either. And how TLC would allow that is beyond me as well.
Well, TLC might allow them to sign an NDA as long as it doesn't cover any materials or issues or concepts that they wish to cover on the show. I don't think they would care, because you're just messing your own life up. As long as they can talk about what they want to talk about, they don't care. And especially TLC. Let's be very clear. TLC does not give a shit about any of the cast members. So if you're a cast member or a person applying to them and you think that they actually care about you, you are sadly mistaken. They don't
care. Yeah, they don't care. But how are you supposed to answer production's questions about your ex when you signed an NDA and that's your whole show? Because
you get what you got. You know what I mean? Which is Cody's a good guy. He's a good man, and he's you know what I mean. That's what you get. That's what you get. So, and Cody's not upset about that. And let's be honest, like that's a soft shoe way for you to roll his spin off. If you want to try to roll a spin off, you have to soften his character because he can't roll a spin off with him being a nasty person and a villain of this particular episode and then star him in another spinoff. So it actually benefits TLC if they start softening on him.
Yeah, you're right. I keep trying to push that out of my head that they think Cody and Robin are worth a spinoff.
Yeah. Oh, TLC will spin anything on. That's another thing. And here's a thing I've said on Sunday, and I got to jump to my next person. But here's something I said on Sunday: is that if TLC, because I kind of take back what I've been saying, that TLC is trying to figure out if they'll do a spinoff or they're trying to work it up so they can do a spinoff with them. TLC will literally spin anything off. They are not discerning. So if they were really interested in Mary Christine, Janelle having their own show, they would already have their own show. 100%. They would already have their own show. They would, because they would run their spinoff on Sister Wives airs on Sunday. When Sister Wives goes off, they'll roll out the Christine and David show. When Christine and David go off, they'll roll out the Mary and Jen show. Mary and Jen go off, they roll out the Janelle show. Janelle goes off, they roll out the Cody and Robin show. They have no shame to the game. I currently just stopped watching. I recently stopped watching 90 Day Fiance. I'm done with that. But I was watching 90 Day Fiance for a while. And if you look at that franchise and how they did that, they run two spinoff shows of 90 Day Fiance each season, consecutive season. And then they seesaw between the other 90 Day Fiance. So there's never a time in the year where they don't have a 90 Day Fiance franchise show on the air. At least one or two. So they just finished 90 Day Happily Ever After. They currently are running 90 Day The Other Way. And then I think next week they'll be doing 90 Day Before the 90 Days. Then when The Other Way goes off, they'll do 90 Day Fiance again. Then when the other one goes off, they'll do Last Resort, then Single Life. So yeah, they'll run it the whole time. So yeah, this is because I was thinking about it from a different perspective, but yeah, they will if TLC wanted to run a Sister Wives spinoff, they absolutely would do it.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I think Sister Wives is really the only TLC show I've ever watched. I think I caught a couple of, a little bit of the Duggars back when it first started, but that's about it. I watched Sister Wives because of Big Love.
Oh, okay.
I watched Big Love back in the day, and they started that right after, and I was like, oh, is this supposed to be about this family? And that's why I started watching it. And then I dipped out when it got boring, and then came back for the Catfish. That got boring. I dipped out again, came back for Christine leaving. I was like, thank God, finally.
Right.
Pretty much like everybody did.
Yeah, that's the life cycle of this show. Right. So I think it's on its way out though. So enjoy it while it's here.
I know. Well, I enjoy everybody here. I enjoy the community. It's the only reason I still watch. So I appreciate you, James.
No, I appreciate you. Thank you for calling in.
All right, thanks.
All right, no worries. Have a great night.
You too.
All right, and then we have Carmel Cuties coming in. What's going on, Carmel Cuties? How you doing? Oh shit. There you go. Carmel Cuties coming in. Carmel Cuties, how you doing? Take two. Hello? Carmel Cuties?
Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I was just in a drop zone. My bad. From watching the show on Sunday night. And then, of course, on Monday, I'm watching YouTube and seeing different clips and different takes. And now I'm on the fence about a couple things. Now, with listening tonight, I heard a little bit of what Tanya had to say. I'm on the fence with the last caller and thinking that they signed an NDA. And the reason I say that is because I think Janelle gets to the line of talking shit about Cody, but doesn't fully jump over it. So like how she was on the line with Mary and she was like, yeah, my shy, pretty wife, laughing about it. If she signed an NDA, I don't even think she would have done that much. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or like the little jab that she took when she was talking to the baby, like, oh, can you bring me a hot water with lemon slices and cut them like this? So it's like the little jabs that she does take. Again, she'll get to the line, but she won't fully cross it. But I think that's even much if she did sign an NDA, because even that little thing would offend or piss Cody off. But I do agree with the friendships. David can talk shit. Janelle's friends can roast the hell out of Robin and Cody. And we already know Jen is the #1 fan when it comes to that on Mary's side. So, yes, all the friends and extra folks will talk their shit, pop it off. And they'll sit back and laugh with them or whatever. whatever else. But I don't know. Like when Cody rolled out his whole, I'm going to apologize, I'm going to go on my apology tour, we all knew it was bullshit. Even before any sleuths started looking up the timelines. And yes, of course, we all know around the time Maddie just abruptly stopped her podcast. Again, abruptly. He was in North Carolina. That is around the time we all found out McKelty had relocated to North Carolina. So folks were already assuming like, oh, he's out there to see the grandkids and maybe he's making amends after Big G's passed away. But as we're seeing, it was all shit. I don't think Cody gives a rat's ass about, and pardon my French for tonight, it's been a long day, so if y'all got sensitive ears, my apology ahead of time. But I don't think Cody cares. I don't think he gives a damn. And even more, you know, his queen bee, she looked utterly pissed at the fact that he would even say that on camera, that he wanted to go and apologize. And she had to let it be known, like, hold up, you're allowed to be hurt, basically reiterating that it was the wife's fault that all of this happened. Like, they tipped the domino, they poked the bear, and when the bear, meaning Cody, got mad, then they wanted to sit back and play victim because now Cody's going off, and that's not the case. It was okay when Cody talked his shit, and he didn't just talk shit, he went over the deep end with it. But it was out of hurt, so in anger, so it was okay that Cody did it. But oh, God forbid, let one of the ex-wives or the children speak how they feel, then all of a sudden it's, we don't know what to do. We're on the outs. We don't want to be. Shut the fuck up. I don't know what it is about Robin. Every episode, it just seems to, like, I really try to find an inkling of good in that woman, and I can't. And the fact that, and we all know how men can get when they get Uchi whooped, right? When they get that one female that makes them be, you can't talk to them, you can't tell them nothing because everything is about that woman. But 11 years in, 14 years in, I don't even see it that their relationship is so hot and fresh like it was, that he would still be this dumbfounded and follow her like a blind little puppy, she says and does. If he, like how he said it with, oh, Aspen said, why do you hate me or why don't you love me? And she instantly clicked to, oh, that's like a confrontation. I want to go and apologize to the ex-wives, you know, for my part. Well, why would you go do that? Or why, you know, it's okay that you were hurt. I wanted to yell so loudly, bitch, shut the fuck up. Because while he was in Morocco, yeah, he might have said he felt bad or he wanted to apologize or he took some of accountability. The minute he got back in Robin's graces, all that accountability went straight out the damn window.
Right.
And maybe because if he's accountable, then obviously she's going to have to be accountable. And at the end of the day, she's enabled his ugly ass behavior from day one. And I'm fine for the women that are submissive to their husbands. I'm fine with the women that believe the man is the leader and they run the household and they're the head of the family or however that works. I'm not okay with you allowing him to treat other people like shit and think that it's okay, especially when those other people are innocent children. And I say it week after week. And I don't care if these children are now adults. Not all of them are 18 when Cody started flipping out and started doing dumb stuff and saying dumb stuff on national television. Like, I think I've just now caught up on Happily Ever After for the 90 days. Yeah, I stopped watching a lot of it because it was too much spread out spinoff and everything else for me to keep up with. But, you know, when you're watching Discovery Plus at night and it just tends to roll on to the next show, I kind of started back watching the Happily Ever After. And I can't say the way old girl says his name, but Andre from Moldova, when he pops off, he reminds me of Cody with a horrible accent. The fact that, he disrespects everybody, he don't give a damn what anybody else thinks, but the fact that Liz will sit back and allow him, you know what I'm saying? Like, he talks his shit, he says what he wants, and everybody's just supposed to bend to his whim no matter what. So he can talk all the stuff he wants about everybody else, no matter how far off the deep end it goes, and nobody's supposed to say anything about him or to him. And I call bullshit. And as his wife, like, you sit back and allow it. And then play victim when people don't agree with your man and be like, oh, well, you were yelling at him and what he said wasn't that bad. Okay. It ain't for you to judge the scale on how the hell he makes other people feel. And if they're all telling you he's disrespectful, he's this, he's that, who are you to say he's not? I said all the time, when people show you who they are, believe them. And if 10 people all say you're an asshole, it might be you're an asshole. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like Andre and Liz is the Robin and Cody of that show. They sit back, they enable each other, they like the two narcissists bounce shit off one another. And I just don't understand how either of them sleep at night. I don't know. Maybe I just live my life trying to be a good person, try to be a good human being, and treat other people the way I would want to be treated. And to know, and I'm not perfect, don't get me wrong, and I'm not judging them like I am, because I make mistakes, and yay, play us fuck up all the time. But when I do mess up, I don't have a problem coming back, giving a genuine apology, and showing those people that my apology actually means something, because it's now a changed behavior. And I don't see Cody having an ounce of any of that in his system. I think he's gotten real bullheaded when it comes to the show. He thinks that he's the bee's knees, or however they say it. He thinks he's the shit. But he's not, a piece of shit. And so, I don't know. I don't see how, even if they wanted to do a spinoff, how would that go? Like, the tales of the ex-sister wives, nobody wants to see Cody and Robin and their children, period. Nobody really wants to see the OG3 at this point, because the storylines are pretty dead.
Right.
What are we going to get? Christine and David, don't get me wrong, I think they're cute, they're whatever, but I can only deal with so much of that at a time as well. If they're not broadcasting the children, I really could give two craps at this point. You know what I mean? Like, they could do a check-in on Instagram and I'll be fine. But from what we've heard, the kids don't want to really continue with filming.
Right. Well, I mean, I wouldn't film for free either, though.
Nah, hell no. I wouldn't have been going this long. Ain't no way you getting my birthrights and all that other shit and I'm not getting a check. You got me messed up. But yeah, I'm hearing like little tidbits here and there regarding Robin and them had a 26-foot U-Haul truck full of dolls and little things that just keep coming out, and all it does is irritate me even more. And I shouldn't let people I don't even know personally even get to me to that extent, but they do. And through the frustration, I still watch the show because I kind of want to see where it's going. But I don't know. Like, he's going to go to North Carolina. We'll probably get 2-3 episodes of that. He'll bounce his ass back to the conversation between Mary and Cody. And even that, for the most part, I'm looking at like, okay, Mary kind of drops her balls and be like, oh, are you going to talk about how you're toxic to me? But at the end of the day, it's like, what you mad at for it now? You hung around while he was extra toxic for over 10 years.
Right.
I just don't see how the feelings match the filming, if that makes sense.
Right. She's getting compensated better 10 years ago. And she's getting paid now. Like,
is that what it is?
Yeah, like she took that 60% pay cut. She's like, this bullshit.
Wait, but half her check then went to the family pot. That went to all them goddamn dolls. So I would have been pissed back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Christine threw me for a loop with that he's a good guy. And don't get me wrong, I've had my favorites throughout the years. Janelle lost me, lost me with the whole trying to backdoor deal against Mary. Christine lost me when she fixed her lips to say Cody's a good guy after writing a whole ass book about how he's a shitty individual.
Right.
I know reality TV is not real, but the small percentage of what is supposed to be real or what you're trying to sell to us, I'm to the point now where I'm just calling bullshit left and right. And I kind of feel like Miss Linda. I'm ready to start chopping services. Like, I'm going to just start letting things go. If it ain't free, I'm not going to pay for it. Because I'm not going to still line y'all pockets and you playing on my face.
Well, that's where I'm at now, to be honest with you.
That's pretty much where I've been at. And then I was thinking, too, like, well, hell, they've combined other shows together. Like, we got the spinoff of Darcy and Stacey, and then they bounced back. You know what I'm saying? Like, they started with 90 Day Fiance, then they got their own spinoff, then they bounced back to 90 Day Happily Ever After and Last Resort. Maybe they'll mix Seeking Sister Wives, Brother Husbands, and Sister Wives all together.
Yeah. I mean, technically, that's why I thought they were going with Cody. Keep throwing that out there, teasing it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Or like how they did, was it season 19 when they kind of had like their own like little not tell-alls, but like the look backs, where they actually would watch clips and scenes of the show or whatever, and then they talk about it, like pillow talk in a sense with Sister Wives. And I was like, well, that ain't a bad idea. But instead of them watching the current season, I would prefer them to bounce back and watch it from the beginning. So we can finally see y'all feelings and thoughts on how the shit was back then that you claim you weren't paying attention to because you didn't watch the show.
Right.
That I might be interested in, but I don't know. I don't know where this is going. And the fact that they're still filming, I'm belligerently wondering where the hell is the storyline going to take us? Because what else is left? Y'all done sold Coyote Pass. He's going to go around and do his Apollo Live tour. What else is left? You haven't made up with your children. You probably haven't even seen your grandchildren. What's the point? And then the fact that, again, I'll bring it full circle back to Robin. She's fixing her lips to say he needs to fix his relationship with his kids. And then she also wants a relationship with them. But, baby, even if he's not doing what he's supposed to do, how hard is it for you to pick up the phone and say, all right, I'm going to send out an olive branch?
Right. I mean, if she wanted to do it, she could have been did it. If she had, if she had interest to do it, I just don't think that they don't have that. I just don't think they have the appetite to try to heal those relationships.
Or even when it's to the point, because I got some relatives I may never speak to again. I'm gonna keep it real. But my daughter's an adult, and if they reach out to her, I encourage her to go ahead and have a conversation. Because the wrongs that they did to me weren't necessarily wrongs that they did directly to my child or my children. Right. So for that, if they choose to talk to those same estranged relatives, I encourage it. Let them have their own experiences. And then when she finally says, Mama, I ain't messing with cousin so-and-so or auntie, uncle, whoever, then okay, we can close that door. Robin and Cody could have at least encouraged the kids to reach out to their sisters. It's crickets. You get what I'm saying? So I just feel like the Apollo Live tour is just bullshit. So why are we even entertaining this as a storyline?
No, I think that's fair play. But
yeah, I was hot and ready to go when I first called in, but after listening and this drive, I kind of calmed down a bit. So I wasn't gonna go too far off the deep end tonight. I was ready now.
You're looking out for your health. That's all.
Right, that part. But no, I don't necessarily know where this is going. I kind of felt bad because, you know, my Thanksgiving was real relaxful and great, and I hope yours was good with the family. So Saturday's roundtable, I slept straight through it. By the time I woke up, everybody was gone. So I was like, oh, I got so much to say. And yeah, no. I don't even have my notes on me. They're at home, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna keep this one calm. I may have a couple speak pipes for you throughout the week. The more I think about and marinate on some stuff, but yeah, I ain't feeling the show for too much longer, and I don't know how more engaged I can say I'm going to be because
Right.
it's boring at this point. We got to find us a new show, James.
I know this thing is dying on the vine.
I'm all for advice. I can throw out a couple. I don't know if anybody watches Paramount, but Matlock with Kathy Bates.
Oh yeah, I watched that.
I've been keeping up watching that one, but yeah, I like stuff that I can just binge watch. Throw it on a Saturday and just go through a whole season. But we definitely got to find us something new to watch because this is slowly dying out.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I said all the time, I appreciate you. I'm sure it's others behind me. My kids keep calling, so I know they want something before I get to the house.
What you there, Mom? You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, can you stop at the store? Can you go grab? No, leave me alone. But that's the joy. I'm not gonna complain because they tell me to cherish this time that I got them at home and under me. So I'm trying to enjoy that, even though my nerves are saying, just leave me alone. Give me 50 feet.
There you go.
I appreciate you, James. I say it all the time, and I'm going to say it again. You make this an amazing community and a safe space for us to get our opinions out, whether it's on Sister Wives or just life. And for that, I'll always have respect for you.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You drive safe.
I'm almost home at this point.
Yeah.
I love it.
Find out they just want money and car keys. That's what it comes down to.
Right. That part there. But all right, I will I'll be tuned in on Thursday for sure, but I'll see you back in the comments.
All right. Have a great night, Karma Kitty.
You too.
All right. Yeah. I just real quick, Karma Cuties with closing us out. But Lizzie B mentioned because Karma Cuties mentioned Matlock, which stars Kathy Bates. Lizzie B says, love the new Matlock. Kathy Bates is a great actress. I agree. The crazy thing is that since we're talking about like dealing with narcissists and how they have a sense of, this is what we were talking about earlier with Megatron, with them having the ability to corrupt your reality and shape your reality. There's a story from Kathy Bates, and I'll close with this. There's a story from Kathy Bates. She was the star of a Stephen King movie. It was a Stephen King inspired movie called Misery, right? And in Misery, Kathy Bates plays this woman who is deranged as hell. And she finds an author whom she adores, and she loves this character that he created, Misery. And she's obsessed with this character. Many of us are obsessed with Sister Wives, I guess. But she's obsessed with this character. Hopefully not to this point. So he gets into a car wreck. She basically kidnaps him, takes her back to the hotel or her cabin, and she tortures him because she didn't like the way he ended the Misery book. And he was about to he was trying to take his writing career in a different direction. And it's a fantastic film. Like, to be honest with you, there's some parts of Misery that are just so crazy that I can't even, to this day, I can remember. And it just gives you chills just thinking about what she did to this man. And Kathy Bates was excellent in that film. So much so, the year that movie came out, she was nominated and won an Oscar. And when she won the Oscar, she invited her mom to come down to the Oscars. Her mom didn't want to go, right? And while Kathy Bates is delivering her speech, her acceptance speech, she thanks her mother as one of the people, I thank my God, thank my agent, my manager, everybody who supported me, blah, blah, blah. And during an interview when she was talking about many years later, she's doing an interview talking about Matlock, and Misery comes up, and somebody says, yes, you were fantastic in that. And she said, you got an Oscar for that, didn't you? And she said, yeah, I did. But one of the things that I deeply regret is that during the Oscar acceptance speech, I never thanked my mother. And the interviewer said, yeah, you did. What are you talking about? You totally thanked your mom. And she said, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. My mom, she was very hurt by that. And that I never took time to thank her. And I've always regretted that. And especially now that she's not here, I've regretted that. And the interviewer went back, called up the Oscar acceptance speech, and showed it to Kathy Bates on the show, where Kathy Bates had said she saw herself, first person out of her mouth that she thanked for winning the Oscar was her mom. I want to send this out. Thank you to my mother. And Kathy Bates breaks down crying, not just because she was, reconciled by the fact that she thanked her mom, but is confronting the reality, the actual reality, and the actual truth of what happened versus what she was convinced happened by her mom, because her mom was one of those people that we're talking about, like Cody. Like, apparently her mom was, very particular. She was very destructive, I guess, in that regard. Like when we talk to Michelle saying that her mom was a narcissist, there's a possibility that Kathy's mom was a narcissist. And this is what I was talking about when I say that when you trying to facilitate those relationships, you wind up giving so much of yourself. Sometimes you do give up the truth. That was one of the things I said earlier. You give up the truth because even though she did a thing, she was convinced, not only convinced that she didn't do a thing, but she was forced to feel guilty about not doing the thing that she did. And it changed her reality. And that's so when we talk about we wish Cody would get back with the kids and why the kids going to separate from Cody, sometimes whether it's kids or moms and pops or uncles, aunts, cousins, whoever, friends that you maybe had from back in the day, sometimes you might find yourself in a situation where for your own mental health, this is what I be talking about, taking care of your mental health. You may have to separate yourself from these people so that you can spare yourself that pain. And I think that's where Kathy Bates was, because I mean, to watch her break down like that, she it was a sense of a mixture of relief, and I think there was a small touch of horror, because she was absolutely convinced that she had not done something that she did. And her mom not only told her that you didn't do it, but she made her feel guilty and rode that guilt to the day she died and had Kathy on the hook. But it's just something to think about. And this is what I was talking about with regard to, you can watch a reality show. We can watch these reality shows and people, oh, those reality shows are so simple. I don't understand why you will watch them. Because so oftentimes art will reflect life and reality. And if we can learn, whether it's fictitious or real, but we can learn from those experiences and things that we see, then we're only the better for it. And that's one of the precepts of this my whole thing. The movie was called Misery. It stars Kathy Bates, and I want to say it was Duvall, but I could be wrong. Hold on one second. Misery, the movie, yeah. Kathy Bates, James Caan was in it. So it's basically Kathy Bates and James Caan for most of the movie, and the two of them played off each other. It was excellent. It was an excellent film. Definitely 2 thumbs up. Recommend that movie. But yeah, check it out. Oh, what's this? Oh, Betty coming in. What's going on, Betty? You can give a gift and still be a villain in the story. That's absolutely true. And sometimes that gift that they give you, they say nothing comes for free, everything got a cost to it. That gift is just a way for them in. That's they key. So excellent point. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Want to give a shout out to everybody who called in, all our callers, as well as to, hold on one second. Someone's trying to kick me. Whoa there, Mr. Stream. Don't kick me out yet. Still got things to do. Give a shout out to Unlimited Lipstick, Janet in the house with the super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully everybody had an awesome, safe holiday. You were able to spend time with your family, loved ones, and everything. Again, we will be back this Thursday for the Speak Pipe. I know we missed last week. Like I said, I was talking to my dad and my brother. We were solving the world's problems, so spending that time with each other. But yeah, we'll be having a Speak Pipe this Thursday. Look forward to doing that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, hit that like button on your way out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Want to give a huge shout out to our mega mods, as well as Janet, mega mods, Brittany Not Brittany, Lizzie B in the house, and Caramel Cuties. Thank you so much. Let me give you guys a little something, as well as Janet for the super chat. And thank you guys so much for keeping it super chill in the chat, supporting each other. Let's get some more hearts in the chat for Michelle and for Megatron. She had a little bit of a rough holiday, some little holiday drama. So let's give some hearts and support to Megatron, as well as to Michelle, who had a loss in the family. That could be a little rough. Our family just had a loss. So I definitely appreciate the complexities and struggles with that. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. We will be back once again on Thursday. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. That's my take. I'm James. This has been my take on reality, and I'm out. Appreciate you guys. Have a great